Okay.
And there you have it. She is back. Oh man, when I saw her kicking the minions, I was like, this looks diabolical already. I was
I
just like, this is
already
gonna be
do,
a
bro. I
problem.
already do. How once I saw the kick, I'm like, yeah, this character's gonna be stupid. I'm happy to see that we get returning characters from the Exert series. One even more so, a character like Jacko, who is a very unique playstyle, just
Mhm.
added to just like the Guilty Gear kind of field in general, right? Because we got a lot of unique characters in Guilty Gear. Jacko was definitely one of those kind of mining MOBA like characters that a lot of people got introduced to for the first time. So I'm happy she's back in the roster in all honesty, and I'm actually happy the Exit roster is getting some love out there, especially Jacko's, because Jacko is actually really cool.
Yeah, and it's cool because the first character, Gold Lewis, he's so cool. Like he's such an interesting design, and he's like a new character too. And so I'm
Hmm.
really interested in what Jacko is like in this game because she can be a demon. When she gets going, you're like,
Yeah,
help me. I need help. I need backup. Like
I
you're like,
need
please help
backup,
me.
and she's
I'm
always
like,
got
you're
the
just stuck.
boys.
Yeah, yeah. She always has a team with her at all times. But yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed the trailer. That was awesome that we have this here. Obviously, as man, Daisuke with the short hair too. I wasn't ready for that, Steve. That was one of the biggest reveals of this
That was the
weekend.
first thing I said. I was like, his hair is short. He was like, his hair is so short. I'm like, oh. I mean, well, look, personally, I'm happy to see Daisuke always in good spirits, right? As long as he's around, I always appreciate the cut, whether it be long or short. Long as he keeps delivering us these characters, that's all I want. And I'm having fun with the game as is. I mean, it's delivered us this ridiculous top 8 more so. Just the fact that we've been watching tournaments since the game has been releasing. I've been hosting a tournament myself. You've been commentating. It's been so good.
Yeah, and I've been really enjoying it so far. Hopefully, everybody's been enjoying all of Evo. Speaking of which, it's time for our Guilty Gear Strive North America Top 8.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world over you. My time is my word. Your words will never let me disappear. Bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world over you. Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the smell of the smell of the smell of the game.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully, you enjoyed the trailer. Hopefully, you enjoyed the intro to our top 8. And hopefully, you've been enjoying all of Evo. It is finally time for our final game, Guilty Gear Strive Top 8 for North America. We've already seen a bunch of really awesome action for all kinds of games all weekend long. But now it's time to take it home, Steve, for our final Evo game of the weekend. It's been, I don't know if you got to catch the action. I felt like my eyes were gonna fall out of my head jumping around and watching all the streams, watching like the pools, the semis, right, and watching all the matches. They've been so good, and thankfully everybody was streaming, and so we got to see all the matches there. But man, the bracket is stacked. If you haven't seen it yet, you're in for a really, really good one.
Yeah, you can take a look here on that winner's side. We already have Tempest going up against Jonathan Tanay, and then of course Macho versus Hotashi to round out that winner's side. Of course on the losers, Lord Knight and the Milia coming through. Of course going against Super Noon, the #1 Ram NA. And then we have the legendary Sonic Fox going up against Deb, the strongest soul I've ever seen out here in the streets of Guilty Gear Strive. But this top 8 is looking very, very interesting. A lot of these players we've seen in a bunch of those tournaments that we've talked about. You've commentated a few, I've commentated a few, I've been keeping track of it. And like you said, bouncing around to all these different streams and seeing how these guys prepared, not only on the NA side of things, but on the Japan side of things, has been super interesting. Some of these matches are run backs from what we've seen before. before. However, I feel like as many times as they engage in battle that we've seen them fight in tournaments, it's always going to be better because they apply, they come with new stuff, and then of course they want to win Evo. They want the big one under their belt.
I love that you said engage in battle. Like the description is so perfect. It's engage in battle.
Engaging, man.
Yeah, you love to see it, and like the matches were so good so far, and I'm sure they're going to be excellent after this as we jump into our very first match of this top 8. Oh,
And the 6H just to start it off like, yeah, you know why I'm here. I came to party.
yeah, and so I was going to say 6H is honestly one of the most important buttons in this matchup because, you know, Jonathan Tene, when I think of him, a very technically sound and like technical savvy player. And then you put him on Soul and you're like, a smart Soul player? What is this, right? So it's like such a fun, way to watch the character. And Tempest on the other side, you know, a lot of people know him for Granblue, right? As Jonathan Tene, a lot of people know him for Dragon Ball. Really strong Charlotta player in that game and really excellent, I think, running very kind of like controlled, explosive offense with this character, Mei.
That's what Mei does. Controlled offense, like explosive offense. Oh man, gets hit by the standing H. Use the burst to get out of there. Oh,
the
nice.
overhead. Oh, did you see the burst bait attempt from Tempest and the 6P, the 6S? That was really interesting too because, you know, in that case, right, like in the corner, I love the beach ball into the 6K overhead and then the wait for the burst, and Jonathan delayed it so much that I got the gold burst on the other side.
Oh, wall break. Back to the piece of the map right here. But no, you're definitely right. Just waiting. Watching somebody like Jonathan Tene play this character, you can see very patient when it's supposed to be, but gets opened up by the sweet RC to keep it clean. This round is going to go to Mei. 1 round apiece already.
Yeah, very explosive, this character, right? I mean, both of these characters, they have such incredibly high damage output, and so the RPS in a situation like that post-Dolphin is so scary. Soul has some good options after he blocks the Dolphin. He can do something like 2D, which you saw, or 6H. 6H is excellent after you block a Dolphin as well.
I feel like my man Soul is always doing rock, dude. You say it's RPS, my man Soul is here to hit you with this rock, a.k.a.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that. You know, he just throws it. Counter hit 2D. Did not go for a confirm after. I just saw the 2K and that was it. That was in the front.
That 6K and overhead on top of that. Not able to get anything happen. No meter though. Oh, burst. The gold one too. Oh, gets over the gun flame. Jonathan Tene used the burst.
Yeah, burst back here. Jonathan is just about to build meter. Look in the bottom there. He's got meter now, so DP's a threat.
Oh,
that's why the command throw.
Oh,
this is
no,
gonna kill with the super after.
Anime Free Willy for the kill. He's got an eye patch and a gun, dude. That's a crazy anime matchup. I'm telling you right now.
An eye patch and a gun. What a combination! But that was perfect, right? It was perfect recognition because as soon as Jonathan built the meter, you're like, okay, well, Soul's gonna do uppercut into RC, right, and go for the combo. And it was perfect recognition that overhead kiss was the right choice to not only beat the uppercut, but you're close enough to the corner to get the combo, right? It's like, hey, this is what you used to do to people. You used to get this command throw and combo them and kill them, and now it's my turn.
Nah, and the thing about Mei is that once she starts to get you really afraid to hit buttons with, you know, Togeki, right? Like once she sees that you're afraid of that, that's when she can really open up, start hitting you with the 6K. She can start using those command grabs because she can get a little closer to it. And you don't see a lot of Meis really get to the 6K overhead part. Or I do like the fact that we see a lot of Meis using her 5K. It has a nice range as well as it still keeps your opponent on their toes when you're fighting one off.
Yeah, and I like you said, Togeki. It's like Togeki, Ugeki, Migeki. It doesn't matter. The Dolphin's going to come out no matter how you slice it. Oh, I like that 5P check also after blocking Vanderbringer. Good if you think, you know, he's going to swing or if he's going to try to backdash like we saw.
Ooh, the 5K run under and keeps the corner. The delay does. And we're going to get
the Tyrant Ray.
Oh, look at the damage, though. Oh, my God, that kill. You can still hear the body smoking.
Look, he gets a damage buff when he wears all denim, Steve. That's all I'm saying. He puts on the denim.
Everybody gets a damage buff. Everybody gets a damage buff when you're rocking the double jeans.
Yeah, I love that combo, too. Right there, you saw the IB on the Dolphin into the close slash. I think that was a great challenge as well.
There's that 5K.
Man, this is a bad spot.
Wow. Tried to use that 6K. Blue RC just to keep the offense. Oh, wow. Bandit Bringer just to get the knockdown. My man's trying to S, gets the opening.
This hurts.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
This hurts. She's dead, Steve.
Oh
She's dead.
God, don't do it again. It's just a jump dust. This dude's soul hurts.
That's the damage buff. When you wear the denim, you get to see it. And okay, remember when I mentioned that Jonathan is an extremely technical player, right? Really tech savvy, very, very strong. that PRC combo in the corner is a great example, right? You look at somebody who's just really crafty like this, there's going to be no damage left on the table, right?
Yeah.
It's like every hit is going to be squeezing the optimal amount of damage out. And when you saw that PRC, you're like, uh-oh, this is going to be really bad.
Well, and you already know, like, I know Jonathan from DBFZ, a very strong player, also took out Fu to get this top 8 as well as Rakir. So it's like really strong players like under the belt. Now, and Tempest played against Sonic Fox to make it to this top 8. So 2 very strong players just to even get to this point in the tournament, especially stay on winning side. But game 3, excuse me.
Oh man, and that's a rough start. You block 3 far slashes. This character's soul cranks your wrist so fast, right? So situations like that, all of a sudden you're like, wait, the next hit's gonna do how much damage, right? I mean, it is very scary. Wow, just sends it with that Bandit Revolver. And the burst from Tempest down a lot of life and chooses to burst here in this round.
H. Oh wow, empty low with the fast RC. Oh, and the 6H once again. And like you said, this dude Jonathan tonight, he's not leaving any damage on the table. I feel like every time a combo ends, it's either you're dead or you're flying away and it's reset again. With a backdash, gets the counter hit with the close S. The clean hit right there on that Volcanic Viper.
And the massive damage. I mean, he's dead on the next hit. Yeah, the confirm again. This should do it.
Oh my
burst
God.
Though. Yeah. Bill burst at the last second. That's a big counter hit. And yeah, no burst yet from Jonathan. He's not in too scary of a position. RC for the pressure.
What a 5K this time to challenge the full charge 6H.
Yeah, no combo. There's no backdash. Man. And, one thing about that corner position is that, like, obviously Mei is really scary on offense, right? And I think so far Tempest has been favoring throw quite a bit in that position. So it makes sense that Jonathan looking for the backdash. But, I mean, that is the scary thing about Soul, right? Like, when he hits you, especially when the player is really optimal, you actually explode.
Yeah.
It is just absurd the amount of damage you take. And, in this region in particular, like we've seen in the other top 8s, obviously Soul did really well in Asia with Bombabon, right?
Yeah.
He did really well there. In 2 of our top 8 so far, we've had Chip win tournaments, right? And a lot of people were like, okay, Chip is really good, but like, where's Soul? And the answer is a lot of North American players play Soul, right?
I think this is the North American players play Soul. That's true. That's 100% true.
I think this is, honestly, I expected more Souls in the top 8 than 2, and 2 is like already a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, this might just be one of those Soul days, right?
Well, I mean, we still got Deb, arguably, the strongest Soul, world level, strength when it comes to Deb. And then you still have Jonathan Tanay, a very, very different kind of Soul, right? We're used to a Soul that's not, I ain't gonna say not calculated in the approach, but it's a lot more swing heavy, especially to the point of getting the W. Jonathan is definitely a lot more scary in some of these situations.
Yeah, a very crafty player, right? Like very crafty, very technical, very scary to deal with. Oh, I think maybe looking for the burst there for a second, and then again, yeah, look at the damage on this. It was going to be 5K, 6P, clean hit VV again, so Tempest doesn't want anything to do with it.
Okay, this time this poor pistol. You know it hurts. Okay, wait a minute. And Tempest trying to come back with a kind of different approach on offense. And every time that 5K coming from Jonathan is worked out 3 times to change the momentum, to take a match, to steal a round like you just saw right here. Set point on the table.
Yeah, and this routing from Jonathan has been so good, like so far has done such an excellent job of converting every hit into just damage. Tries for the 6S, and look at that anti-air timing has been so good. Sometimes, oh no.
Okay,
yeah, had the burst.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, with punish just runs right past the 6H. No faultless on that 5-minute. Bad position. Gets a big counter hit. Tries to go for the command throw. Jonathan bursts for the safety. Whips right in front with the revolver. 5K confirm, and that's gonna be that. Jonathan Tanay moves on to that winner's final side, and of course, the loser side awaits for Tempest.
Yeah, and I mean, when people talk about Soul being a really good character, I think everything you just saw there should be like, oh, I see why people say this character is the best. I now understand, right? Just incredibly strong. And I mean, that's the thing about this game, right? Is that those characters are both really explosive, but obviously Soul, if he's getting the hits and especially optimizing in those situations, it's going to be lights out in just a few interactions, right? And so that is a very, scary position to find yourself in.
I know you're speaking all modest now, but you are also a Soul player. Don't let me think or let the world forget that Sajam is one of the Soul players. He's one of those guys. The denim should have gave it away. I could tell by the color of your shirt right now on this broadcast that you are a Soul player, and you rep it well.
Yep.
It's okay. It's all right. But no,
Look,
I mean, Go on.
I've been playing Soul since before these Dragon Ball players knew what a fighting game was. Okay, it's all right.
Okay.
You just let them know, Steve. All right, they're new in town.
This is
I
true.
understand.
This is true. This is definitely true. He's been holding it down for quite some time. I remember the days. Young
Yeah,
Sajam.
and of course, I also remember that hitbox is the way to play fighting games,
true.
Steve. If you guys don't know, a lot of the players, not only in our top 8s, but just in general, switching over to hitboxes, you can, of course, head on over to hitboxarcade.com/evo for more info about it. It's a really ergonomically pleasing and also satisfying way to play fighting games. You want to be clean with your inputs, so you hit those combos like Jonathan. It's a great choice. I highly recommend Hitbox in case you guys are curious in trying one. And speaking of which, we've had a lot of great action so far. We had our reveal. We had our first match of the top 8. We're going to take a quick break, come back with more Evo Strive action in just Evo. Of course, obviously, I'm a big My Hero fan, Steve. I know that you know that I'm a big fan of the show. And if anybody in the chat's a fan and wants to try out the new game, !MHA in the chat, and you guys can try it out, download it, play it, give it a go. It looks really pretty. I couldn't believe it was a mobile game when I saw it.
Ditto.
I was like, is this for what handheld is this for? Is this for Switch? Is this for consoles? Is this for this? And then I was like, wait, it's a mobile game? You're kidding me. And yeah, I saw it and I was like, this is a very pretty looking game, I gotta say.
I definitely have PlayStation versions. I'm like, I don't remember seeing this update or anything. And I'm like, it's on mobile. I'm like, so hey, make sure you guys give that a try, man. My Hero Academia, the strongest hero.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had a really strong bracket so far. In case you guys haven't been paying attention, we had our awesome first match where Jonathan, showing the strength of Soul, obviously playing extremely well, extremely technical sound, and honestly, just a really fun player to watch in general. That's kind of what I characterize his gameplay for, is technically savvy and very correct with the decisions he makes, and I think he really optimizes all those situations. And we have our other side of our winners bracket, which I think is going to be a really fun match. Of course, we have Macho versus Hotashi. Macho, a lot of people probably not familiar, beat Deb and a bunch of other really strong players on their way to top 8, and is a Chicago Zato player, and is so good. I was watching these matches from Macho stream their run yesterday, and he is extremely solid. And I was really excited watching that, and also Hotashi on the other side, obviously really sound Nagoriyuki player. And so you look at the two of them, it's going to be a really interesting match and a really swing-heavy match, especially because in this match, one of the most important things is opposed and neutral. Opposed, well, I mean, obviously there's offense ready, but opposed, if you guys don't know, is the move where Eddie dances and he absorbs any hits. This move right there, and that move is tough for a character like Nagoriyuki because, he can attack from full screen into it, and it's kind of weird for Zato to advance on. Oh, this is bad.
Oh, close.
Oh, boy.
And to counter at that. 6H to get the knockdown, Fukyo back. And I like playing the range right there, especially when you get those elevated blood levels. That means you can play a little further back in this matchup, especially. It makes it easier to kill Little Eddie, as well as just locking down Zato from a distance. That 2S, once again, goes straight into that Beyblade. You can see Macho playing the range game. And Macho did a very good job. Like you said, took out Reynolds to get this far in the tournament. So.
Uh-oh, sword. This is going to be reset here. Yeah, in a drill for the pressure. Empty low on the other side. Baited the burst right there. Waited off the piercer, and that could cost. Now, with the right confirmed, you might have been dead. BRC air throw. 6H, not enough.
This is a scary situation to be in, and just pressure after pressure, using that Beyblade to stay close. And Hotashi with a quick 2 rounds right there.
Yeah, the problem was, too, is that in that case, Hotashi was going to pop, but it doesn't matter because there was no meter left to FD. So when Zato has no meter there, you just do Beyblade into, DP, Beyblade, DP. And, what are you going to do? You're out of meter, you're out of life. Really rough spot. So, you see Zato can sometimes control neutral and control space with opposed, but then obviously Nagoriyuki can just wait it out, get one hit. And, Zato with no guts, no glory, he just explodes. And you're just like, well, I had 75% 2 seconds ago, and now I'm dead.
I think it's especially considering, if Zato gets started, can definitely kill you in a wrong jump, right? You jump wrong at the wrong time, 2S in the frog, you probably just died, especially if there's, any kind of tension. If there's 50% tension on the side of Zato, it's going to take off a chunk. And it was
funny. Well, I was going to say, he tried to do frog, and then Hotashi immediately interrupted it. It was, the very first thing that happened, and I was like, how are you so ready?
Yeah, you have to be able to anticipate frog. Gets knocked down in the corner. Takes a little Oki PRC to keep the pressure going. Then invite to hell. And look at that.
Yeah, it goes low.
And look at that. Not even a full combo right there, but Hotashi has lost 60% of his life already. Oh, big counter hit. Tries to get the
double
OTG
Beyblade.
6H.
Yeah, 6H didn't quite reach right there. Opposed to absorb it, and Eddie's behind. Yes, the sandwich here. This should kill? No. Oh, the 5D. One thing we saw in the corner was the drill, invite hell into PRC, And the reason was Eddie meter wasn't up, right? So you want to extend your pressure as long as you can until Eddie's back up, and then obviously go for pressure after. Oh, gets hit airborne. Yeah, this is great pressure.
Once again, that best mix-up right there. Really keeps you on your toes no matter who you are, because you really have to be looking for it to let's go straight into that invite. Ooh, get rid, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Didn't even need the extra blood rage just to get the range, just close enough to get the one-hit single kill on the little Eddie. Uh-oh, counter hit. PRC to close the gap, 2S counter hit once again.
Yeah, it just jumps out, flies away. I love that. And the burst from Hotashi, yeah, had to find a spot. And now I like that we're seeing more defensive play with Eddie, you know, right? Using him for the drill, using him for neutral instead of trying to go in after the oppose. And just waiting, right? Just playing very cautious, very patient here. Oppose, look at the punish.
Oh, wow, he was so far away. There's the pop, and that is not good. Welcome to the Shark Tank. What's the idea? You're dead, bro. You're dead. I'm not buying.
I'm not buying with the damn thing. It's a great punish. I mean, you know, in that position when you have high blood like that, obviously you have these big buttons as Nagoriyuki, so you think like I just hit H and it goes across the whole screen, but then Zato just does oppose or break the law and he just goes under the ground and you're just swinging at nothing and nothing's happening, and then you pop, easy peasy punish.
Yeah, in the Nago match, right, if you're fighting Nagoriyuki, you're paying attention to their blood gauge. I say this all the time. If you're fighting a Nago, you're paying just as much attention as they are to the blood gauge, because you need to know when they're going to pop. You need to know when the range is going to be there on those normals, right? So you're always paying attention. Waiting for that at the point in time, especially towards the end of a match, paying attention to their meter as well lets you know they can't get out of it, especially if they spent the burst. You need to pay attention to that. But Nago, a good Nago is not going to even give you time to breathe in some instances to to even react to it. So
yeah, and the thing about Hotashi a lot of the times too is that you kind of get overwhelmed by his pressure, right? He's just that kind of player. And sometimes, you know, even though he may pop or even though it may be risky, it doesn't matter because you just don't get to play. Like we're seeing right here, going to be super. No, just go to the 6-8.
Oh, you need to use any meter.
Yeah, this is bad. Oh,
okay, wait a minute. Oh, and ready for the side switch. Gets the throw instantly.
Yeah, just, I mean, you see how Zato explodes in this match, right? You know, you can have a lot of control like we saw last time, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what happens to my life bar? I mean, look at this right here. 60% off the start.
No meter used. Just raw confirms. Getting real close to getting this level 2.
Ooh, and doesn't get the unsummon, so Eddie Gage is going to take a while to come back. Yeah, burst from Hotashi.
Air throw. Okay, sends out Eddie, and the frog finds his mark. Oh, just go straight for super. Is that going to work? No.
You have blocked, but it does kill Eddie, which is pretty important, right? So the punish is not that big because Eddie got hit. There's the resummon. Yeah, this is a really rough spot for Hotashi. Goes for the sweep. Just, yeah, strings out sword. This is going to resummon Eddie here. Piercer again. Overhead this time. What are you going to do, right? You're just stuck. Not a lot of room to wiggle.
Nah, that's one of the games that Zato can play very well, keeping you at bay, making you stay in defense, and a lot of times, even if you do choose to fall, which gives you a little more time, you're still wasting all your meter, so then you don't have resources to, you know, make something big happen. 2H finds his mark.
Oh, Fukyo forward there off the 6K, and now this is a really scary spot to be. Blood is cranking, though. Yeah, I was going to say, Hotashi can't really use any more special moves at this point. Uh-oh, that is scary, too. Yeah, look, so just going to hit H. Kills Eddie. That's big.
And look at it. It's all because that blood rate, that blood gauge is so high right now. So now you got to be worried about the pop. Still gets great distance right now. Oh, 2H finds his mark, and it's going to take that blood gauge down just a little bit. And you see Hotashi just holding his ground, not going back at this point in time. Fukyo forward.
Yeah. And I was going to say, Zato actually doesn't have a lot of great answers to this either. He's very slow in the air. Yeah, he can try to like fly out like that, but honestly, when there's full blood gauge like that, he kind of just sits at full screen and does a pose or break the law. This is big.
Speaking of full screen, the far S, let me get a bite and go straight in the 6H. That's what you need to do. Maximize the damage, takes the bite, RC, straight in the 6H. Still would have had the knockdown right after. And that's been giving a lot of ground to Hotashi. Because if you noticed, if Zato gets away, it's a lot harder for Hotashi to get in. He had waited like, what, 10, 15 seconds in that last part of the match just to get in. And he was at level 2, like, blood rage. So that's exactly what you need to be looking for if you're fighting a Zato.
Because you just sit there and, like, you know, you have these huge normals that contest space, and Zato, like, how do you advance Eddie safely, right? It's really hard. And then also your only options are like flight or breaking the law kind of in that situation, which puts you underground. So you're kind of just sitting there like, well, you know, I'm in a weird spot. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. You have to wait for the blood to go down, and then when the blood goes down, he starts spinning.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? So it kind of makes the neutral really weird for both characters in this matchup when that happens.
Yeah, Beyblade is a really strong tool, though, right? So it's like at any point in time, like Zato, you need to be looking for that to begin with. Zero on block, what are you going to do? You have to take the guess after it. And if you're in the corner, think about it. If you're Zato on your block and you're already in the corner, you're definitely in trouble then because you're going to have a hard time getting Little Eddie out and getting anything started. 2S to begin the pressure.
Ooh, yeah, 2K. I love that we have waited for the burst right there, too. I really like that choice a lot. Macho, I think, has been very aware of that. And again, PRC extend here so that you can resummon.
Oh, wow. Good defense. Okay. And the back dash tries to step on his Jace. Double back dash. Does it again anyway. And that's what we were talking about. Beyblade. That 6H is going to give you nice oaking off the knockdown, especially mid-screen. Fights back. Here comes Macho.
Overhead again. Combo off the Piercer. Eddie's gone now, which is pretty big. Yeah, he has been backdashing a ton, like you mentioned. And at this point, like, I think you have to scout it if you're Macho. High blood here. Just goes for Amorphous. Interesting.
Yeah, that way you can get
resummon.
You can get little Eddie out. See if they swing in the middle. That way you still get to, get out of this corner that you're stuck in. Purple RC, you definitely hit a button.
That was so smart. The PRC, a lot of people right there may try to air throw or something, but Hotashi's like, why? Why would I go for that option when I just have a free super to anti-air you? Incredibly fast, really high vertical hitbox, and now Hotashi trying to make his way to winner's finals here against Jonathan.
Counter hit, makes him spin the burst early. I don't blame him. That's a lot. Sends out the Little Eddie.
Yeah, the unsummon, resummon, a pose right there to catch the button from Hotashi. This is excellent Eddie movement here by Macho, but again, getting those far slashes and not really turning it into too much more. The resummon, oh, that was almost so bad.
Okay, jumps back. That's not good. Fast RC, look at the damage though.
Yeah, and Hotashi was kind of forced into that command throw because of the blood. No jump there from Macho. He's in a lot of trouble here. Again, the pressure backdash, of course. The burst available, but just a pixel and a dream here. Hotashi walking him down, waiting for that Beyblade. Waiting for that 2. As soon as Eddie dies, this is really bad here.
Okay, gets the hit
backdash.
Oh, charge dust. He still has the burst though. Yep.
And he just goes for it. Yeah, I don't blame him. And the trade on the 5K puts Hotashi just like that in winners finals up against Jonathan. And honestly, a really clean, really well played set by him.
Hotashi taking his turn, just waiting a little bit, especially in those later halves of the round, not being too oppressive when it comes to the offense, not overstepping much at all, and you really saw like the paces change, especially when it got to the end of the round and Zato's life was low and Hotashi was like, you know what, not going to go in crazy with it, but still gonna hold out for the end of that round and doing it very well.
Yeah, and I think the best part about that, too, is, like, in that kind of a matchup, it's very easy to just get overwhelmed. And on defense, he just started backdashing and backdashing and backdashing, and it just kept working. And I think he did a good job recognizing that there was a hole there in the pressure that he could take advantage of. And, of course, we've all been taking advantage of these awesome Sony imaging devices. Of course, Sony and Evo, they go way back now, right? Everybody knows that Sony loves Evo, and they've been providing cameras. If you saw Vicious, I want to say... I've known him for like maybe 8 years now. I've never seen him look better. I saw the pores on his face when he was commentating Street Fighter with James, and I was like, man, that is the power of a Sony camera. I love my Sony camera. It's awesome. I highly recommend that. I used the same webcam to stream for like 9 years, and then I got a new camera, and my stream chat was just like, who are you? Like,
right.
What's even happening now?
It even made your haircuts look better. I came in for this. I'm like, oh man, this is looking pretty good there. I feel like your room even looks better. It does everything. Shout out to Sony for holding us down here at the Evo Championship
When I go to my
Series.
barber, I make him cut my hair through the camera. Like, he has to set it up and look through it, and he's just like doing all this work and stuff. And I was like, yeah.
You take this seriously. You take this seriously.
Yeah. You got to make sure it's a good cut.
Let's take a look at the bracket so far for this top 8 Guilty Gear Strive Evo Online. And as you can see, Macho is going to go down to that loser side. But that means Hotashi goes on to winners finals versus Jonathan Tanay. Of course, we still have Lord Knight versus Super Noon. And at the end of the bracket, we have Sonic Fox versus Deb still waiting. Of course, whoever wins that match is going to have to go up against Tempest NYC. And that could definitely be a run back between Sonic Fox and Tempest that we've seen plenty of times.
Yeah, and I was really excited to watch this bracket because there's so many really excellent players in here. Obviously, people who come from other games, right?
Yeah.
Like people who are Dragon Ball or Grand Blue or even like Street Fighter and other game players, and then people who've just been playing Guilty Gear for a long time. And I think there's a nice mix of that in basically every single bracket I've seen for Evo so far. And unfortunately, we can't have Evo offline this year, right? With everybody in the same place with Strive and everything, but it has been excellent to watch people around the globe playing this game, competing against each other. It's just been a blast, and there's so many good players to watch all the time. I find myself spoiled. Like I finish streaming and I just go watch people stream, and then it's like more stuff in the morning, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was a nice relaxing day, and they're like, you missed 85 strives.
That's exactly what happens.
Like, what happened? How did I miss 85 tournaments in one day? And they're like, oh, you should have watched it. It was really good.
There's so much content, bro. It's so crazy to see how many people have taken to this game. A lot of people have, like you said, come from these other games and stuck with the game on top of that. And I've been a lover of Gear for many years. So I'm really happy just to see all these other people branching over and going over to this game and sticking to it and making the game look as cool as possible. Speaking of looking as cool as possible, if you want to, if you deserve to, you need to head on over to 10-o.gg/merch. The 10-O guys have made some amazing merch over the years, and they got some new additions. You can see that Don't Ask Me for shirt, as well as Astro City T, the reactions of Markman, and Avoiding the Poto, the homie Eris. We got that salmon pink Illuminati shirt, as well as the drinking tea, the 10-O logo, as well as the combo queens.
Yeah, and I mean, these sticker packs are incredibly cool. I think the Eris sticker packs are, like, I saw them and I was like, these are broken. It made me want to do sticker packs. I was like, man, this is such a smart idea. I saw this. You got the blue stuff on there. And man, speaking of the Eris ones, I saw that anime shirt. Eris loves anime. You should go to his chat and ask him what his favorite anime is and how much he loves anime. He loves anime. He loves questions. And his camera you should ask him about his camera. He has a Sony imaging device, and it sometimes looks a little off color.
Make sure you guys get some of those sticker packs and let me know how you like them. I've already seen some people take advantage of it. Controllers, systems, the whole nine, man. So keep buying them. Let me know how you feel about it online. But shout outs to 10-O for making it happen, and use that QR code if you guys want to get some of that merch. But this tournament, we have plenty of good Guilty Gear.
Yeah, we've only been through the winner side matches so far, right? So the double winner semis matches, which set us up with our winners finals, right? Which should be a really entertaining match. I think the matchup between both the players and the characters are really fun. Nagoriyuki versus Soul is like, it's a slugfest. Like, right, both of them do so much damage, and it's a really fun matchup to both play and watch. It's one of my favorite matchups to play as Soul, honestly. It's like just a really fun match. It's so fun to play. Like, yeah, I really like playing that match, and I think it's really fun to watch. And our loser side similarly has some really fun, entertaining matchups to watch, I think. So I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, the bracket's been great so far, and I'm just excited for more Guilty Gear. Is how I feel. Like, this game is, to me, I think, really fun to watch, and I think all the regions have been really good so far, regardless of who's playing what.
The regions have definitely stepped up, and I really like to see it. I mean, I see every week we get Mexico and ICFC like coming down on the tournament every time and really making their presence known. So I really attribute that to the game and like its staying power and people liking it. But here we go. Best Ram NA, I believe. Super Moon going up against Lord Knight. Man, I've ran into Lord Knight in a bracket or two myself. This is the battle of the Steves. I just thought about that. This is four times.
There's four Steves here.
There's Steves here right now.
There's two Steves on commentary, two Steves in the match. It's Steveception in a world. You'd love to see it. But I think both these players really fun to watch because of their movement. I think Lord Knight has the cleanest movement, I think, out of any player. His movement is very impressive, very conscious, right? He thinks a lot about where he moves on the screen. And Super Noon, being a Dragon Ball player, movement is key in that game, right? I think more than anything else, where you are on the screen is such an important thing about the game. And so you will notice in Super Noon's play a lot of emphasis on his movement and his spacing, because that is such a key part about Dragon Ball. And you see the IED backs and stuff be part of it, as Lord Knight is stuck. Just been in the corner the whole time.
I was actually about to say, you was talking about Dragon Ball and blocking, and Super Noon had my man in a Dragon Ball block screen for the longest time. Great jump up and air throw, and been using a lot of throws on offense just to keep the pressure. Close S for the Oki just to see how Lord Knight will react, and just able to find an opening. Gets through right here.
Yeah, empty low. I love that round start option, by the way, from Lord Knight. He's very smart about mixing between 6P and sweep, 2S, air dash, jump back. Like, he rotates really well, and he knows the right options to beat the right thing.
Ooh, double
extremely
air dash,
calculated.
Wow. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're completely right.
Oh, a little bit of a miss there from LK. Probably supposed to be a 2K after. While burst from Super Noon down a lot.
2K gets the sweep, stays in front with the slash disc. Hair card to the corner. Jump 5P makes it, gets out of the corner. There's the air dash with that R slash again. Catches the back dash with the far S. And that was a long perfect at that.
Yeah, it's one of those I didn't get to play, but I did play for a long time rounds. You know, you were alive for a long time, but not doing too much. And again, I like that, you know, Lord Knight is not getting under and contesting Super Noon that much because of Ram Jump H. Doing a good job of kind of evading it and then respacing out. Yeah, you see how he doesn't even try, right? He's not even trying to run under it.
Yeah, just doesn't even approach it, actually, which you should, because I'm going to tell you right now, Jump H has a lot of priority. And if she can make you block, that's really going to start her pressure, especially if she's going to make you block a sword and get to the corner. Fights back to the middle of the screen. And
Okay, missed a bad moon there. Oh, and then again.
Dotto, block.
Yeah, Noon has no sword here, though, which is really important. Oh, baited!
Hair card to
This
the
is
corner.
big. Yeah, this should wall spot. This should be the kill with the dust, or just goes for the 2H. I love it. LK, clean bait, just like dashed up, backdash. And again, the movement from this player, right? I think LK in particular is extremely clean and very aware of where he is on the screen at all times. It is so hard to find him putting himself in a bad position, right? He really moves with this character in a way that makes you think like, I can never put you in a bad position, right? So it's so hard to catch him off guard or in a bad spot. And right there, he just happened to be, again, in the right place at the right time. Baits the burst, and then that'll do it.
You know, LK, Lord Knight has been a long time Melia player. So the movement, of course, you know it's going to be crispy. And just a lab fiend. I always go to LK stream and I just look at him lab stuff. Like, he's one of those people that labs and he takes notes. Like, he'll literally write it down. He's like, all right, now that I know those paths, let's go to these paths. So a very calculated player. Not surprised in the least that this guy's made it to the top 8. I want to see what Super Noon is going to do. That first round was looking so solid. Nothing but throws to get it, but ended up falling short in that first one. Let's see what happens in the second game.
Oh, that run under was so good, too. Just so aware of the position. Doesn't wall break, instead goes for Oki here. And, you know, you're taking on the 30% before the wall. Yeah, this is going to be splat. And great position there for LK. Yeah, even after the whiff 6H, she gets close left. You know, great position there for LK, and just really took advantage of it.
SH right there. Oh, not ready. Not ready for that. Okay. Yeah, uses that phase through, and a lot of people get caught off guard, right? The new roll has a new animation, and you can throw it on reaction. The problem is, you got to react to it. So, and that's not easy, especially when you're looking at like Melia up close. She can end streams with that block stream disc, and you have to hold a nice conversion on both sides. Catch the quick tech. Oh, what an answer to that 5B right there. 2K gets the knockdown, and Lord K fights himself out of the corner. And look at the chase down from wall to wall.
And despite getting hit, there was actually good Super Noon defense from Super Noon by FDing, because the FD forced LK to be in a range where far/H came out and he couldn't combo after. So, you know, even though he got hit, like, the defense earned him a way out of that, even if it's just a little bit of damage taken.
I like that
BRC
blue
attempt.
RC. Yeah, to get out of the corner and be away from that explosion as well.
Yeah, it was a good use of meter. When you don't really have anything else to use it on in that position, you kind of just have to force your way out. Oh, burst doesn't go for it. Yeah, in that position, it's kind of hard to find it. And sometimes, you know, it's like one of those games where you're like, I think that you think that I think that you're going to burst, so I'm going to think to bait the burst, and then you just do the combo and they die.
It's very easy to like overthink a lot of situations in gear now. Bursts are a lot more prominent. I feel like on both sides, right? You can punish gold burst now. Those things make a big difference when it comes to baiting burst. You got to be a lot more careful when you put yourself in these positions. Like, all right, an optimal burst, or I guess a predictable burst, can get you in a lot more trouble, like you said right there. And you don't see a lot of people use like Blue RC to get punishes at all, in all honesty, but just using it to evade stuff like we saw just there, or using it to move into range to get punishes for some situations is likely where the game is going to go. I've even seen matches where people just use it to like evade air throws, and it looks so cool. You just see the and being able to call it out, like you said, the I know that you know that I know, really does add a lot of to the meta that we have going for Guilty Gear so far.
Yeah, and it's really cool, too, because, you know, in that kind of position, when you're like a new player, it's like, oh, this is an obvious spot. Don't burst here. And then you just watch people do it at high-level play, and you're like, you told me that I'm not supposed to burst there. And then they just do it anyway. You're like, well. And a quick 2-0 from LK, honestly, just, I think, really showing off some clean play. And Super Noon, you know, he's had some good offense, but has not found his footing in the same way that LK has with his own pressure.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, right? Like, Milia is like, you have to catch me. And Ramlethal's movement is really good. It's more about getting that hit and opening them up. Speaking of which, big damage on the wall. Milia still has meter. Air dash, makes her block the H. Nice confirm here. Super Noon with some changes and a lot of life left up on that bar this time.
Yeah, definitely looked much better. And I think, we haven't seen a long corner sequence in a while. This is good.
This is going to hurt. Yeah. Reset gets the close S into sword anyway, and the bar is still draining. Look at the damage, though.
Yeah, no super, but I like that 6P also. This is going to combo. Keep this burst safe. Yeah, I mean, check and main. Nothing you can do there if you're a Lord Knight. You're just dead in that position. And the funny thing is in that corner position, you saw Super Noon drop his combo. He does run up close slash and then just throws another sword, delays it, or just goes for pressure, right? So some characters can choose to do that, right, in their routing to keep the corner rather than break the wall temporarily, right? It usually breaks on the next hit or something. Right?
No, that's true.
And in that position, then we saw the hit mid screen, and it's well, sword toss. What are you gonna do about it? You have your burst, but you might as well not have it at that point.
It's a lot of strings that Ram has that is burst safe. You blocking sword in the corner most times is burst safe. So any Ram, especially, somebody like Super Noon, they're going to be looking for that. And if you're fighting, the thing, and the major difference is, if you're fighting a Ram, you can definitely explode. But even if you're Milia, you're definitely going to explode. If you get, it's one of those situations. So it's more about, the cat and mouse game of it. Ram has great air movement as well. She has those swords to lock you down. But Milia's movement is super important. And Lord Knight has some of the best.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I love the way, LK ran under Ram. So it was okay, I'm going to let, you whiff this button this way, and then I'm going to run under the other side. You see, again, runs all the way under Ram and just says, okay, this is the height where now I feel comfortable. Ooh, that was going to be nasty. Actually, it would have hit Noon if the button didn't whiff there. There's a throw into the corner again, and that's a punish.
SH not close enough. Goes for that roll once again. No hair car. 6K. Bad situation right now. Didn't get opened up after blocking that.
I love that 6P too. Looking for the double air dash. Again, it's going to be a close slash. Yeah. I mean, at that range, it's really, hard for you to be anywhere else. LK is just standing on you. That close slash goes so high, right? It's a really high hitting anti-air. Very solid move.
6P gets the knockdown. Blocks the dust. I like
the stagger and the challenge ready from Super Noon.
2P, little dash for 6P, I think, to get out of the range of that explosion. Still in control of the corner, though. Big counter hit. Dotto to get the pop-up. 6H to get the corner again, and there's another opening. Super Noon in the lead right now. Going to spin the Super. No.
That is a mistake. You got to spin the Super right there, I think, in that case. Or at least do something a little bit higher damage to try to get the kill. It's unlikely it matters in this well.
I was going to say, I don't think that's the case. If Milia gets a hit right now, the knockdown vortex can be dangerous. The knockdown vortex for Milia can be very dangerous. And you, okay, defensive out. There's the first bad moon. But still,
LK, he doesn't even have to win this round. If he gets the burst, he's got to feel really good about this, right? And Super Noon's really trying to hold on to it, but it might be detrimental if he does. There's some meter gone. Okay, the 5P works out. Man, that was incredibly scary for Noon.
That was terrifying. That was actually terrifying.
Yeah, and I mean, in that case, it's too high to do the supers, right? But you got to do a more damaging jump move and hope it kills than jump P, maybe.
I definitely just would have used that. I would have used that tension and used the overdrive, use that super on the wall, get that damage. And you would have had better Oki as well. Okay, close
that was so good, yeah.
Oh,
Lust Shaker. Yeah. At that range, I think you kind of have to. You don't want to throw a disc.
No salt, no pepper, just lust.
Good season. That was going to be Rekka knockdown too, so I think that burst made a lot of sense from LK there. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That's one of the major things about this matchup and just fighting Milia. Her Earth superiority, bro, is just too good. Jump S as a confirmed, close S as an anti-air is very strong. Super Noon in a bad situation. Great defense so far. Oh, block on the 6K. He's blocking like a genius right now. The bad moon hits, and that's going to be it. Lord Knight takes it 3-1 over Super Noon, not for lack of trying. The defense in that last half was amazing, but that's the hard part about fighting Milia. It's the defense. Stopping Milia from getting in on you is the scariest thing to deal with, especially after that knockdown. We saw like a glimpse of it in that second game, right, where we were playing. Like, okay, well, if you didn't use the super in that wall break, right? Now, I'm not saying the super would have killed, but I think it would have
I'm not sure if it would have I think it's too high is the problem, right? But like also in that case, you know, jump P, I was just like, oh, I wish it was a higher damaging button. It didn't end up mattering, I guess, but you know, when you talk about the mix-ups from Millia, it's funny because LK calls her unblockable, right? He's like, this character is unblockable. Like, you know, there's other characters where their mix-ups are like, you know, strike throw or whatever. Like, that character is not blockable, right? Like, in the sense that you are committing to a guess in a lot of situations. There are obviously situations that are fuzzyable or you can see stuff, but there are also mix-ups where you just have to guess.
You just have to guess.
It's just your life. You just have to guess. And that's, you know, a really powerful thing to have, obviously, right? It makes your offense really dynamic and hard to deal with.
Well, with that being said, guys, I believe we're going to take a quick break before we get back to this Guilty Gear Strive actions. Stay tuned and join us. To EVO 2021 online, Guilty Gear Strive Top 8 continues here. But before we go anywhere, I got to show some love to one of our amazing sponsors that's been holding down the FGC for quite some time. It's going to be none other than Astro, the official mix amp and headset of the EVO Championship Gaming Series, as well as many other things. You can see there my marvelous, my handsome model for the ear plates that can't go on mine because I have like a crazy headset, but yours, they look very, very cool. Astro holds down a lot of events in the FGC, so make sure you guys give them a follow, show some love, and they're part of the reason I'm not, you know, blowing out my own ears because these headphones are pretty good.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I see you wearing them literally all the time.
Yes.
Like this is not a joke. I see you wearing them constantly. I'm shocked at how often you have them on. I am impressed that they just. Do you sleep with them on?
I mean, look, I don't sleep with them on, but you know, my voice likes to carry a lot, and I need to make sure that I'm not too loud. But the sound dampening is so buff that like my voice just instantly carry. I go up to like 10 because I can't hear anything. You know.
I see. It's like your beads. You wake up in the morning, you're like beads on, Astro on,
Beads
time
on,
to go.
Astro
Like,
on, you know, and then I'm out the door, you know, into my backyard because I'm not going anywhere.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, we have our next match all lined up to take a peek at the bracket. In case you're just joining us or you want to refresh, our winners final is going to be Jonathan Tene versus Hotashi, which should be a really fun match, honestly. Like, I cannot wait to watch that. And on our other side here, we have the LK Super Noon match that everybody just watched, and Sonic Fox versus Deb, which is a match we've seen a bunch so far in this game. It's a really fun kind of like rivalry to watch. Two excellent players, incredibly good. Obviously, you know, we mentioned players that are good at a lot of different games, and then players who are kind of known for gear. I think this is a great example of that. And it should be a really exciting match. Winner plays Tempest, which is, again, a really fun matchup to watch. And, you know, I'm really excited to watch it. Apparently, Sonic Fox is excited to watch it. They were just drop kicking our streamer in the lobby. That's what I heard. The streamer said, Sonic Fox is drop kicking me. That is what I heard. So I was like,
that's
you know
definitely
what?
true. That's true.
That's how you know you're ready. I was like, that's cold.
Well, these matches, this is going to be a good one. I can't wait to get into it. You know, I'm a Leo main myself, so watching Sonic Fox like evolve the character has been really, really dope. This is going to be a good one. Deb, another one of these matchups that we get to see from the beginning and see how it's evolved until now, and an important matchup at that.
Yeah, and I mean, I like watching this match because I'm a Soul player, and you like watching it because you're a Leo player.
Exactly.
So that is like the exciting thing. And Sonic Fox, they like rolled out of bed and they were like, I guess I'll play Strive. Right? Like they were like, you know, I guess I'll enter Evo, and then just made top 8 losers after a nail biter with Tempest. Almost made top 8 winners, by the way, which is like really exciting as well. So this should be a really fun match to watch. Again, a very explosive, very like offensive match, right? Both of these characters have incredibly high damage, incredibly powerful offense. Like Soul's offense is, you know, not quite as mix-up heavy in terms of high lows as Leo is, but on the other side, right, Soul hits harder and also has a little bit more control, right? So, you know, that's kind of the differences between the two characters, and it is a really fun match to watch. Early bait right there. That 5K from Leo is such a good button, and it really baits a lot of people into challenging or swinging after if you think they're going to try to throw, and then Sonic Fox runs up
And you can use like dash 5K, which is a thing I've started using recently. I've seen that I've taken from Sonic Fox, so you have to start using it as like a punish as well, like to cover the distance. It already does it a little bit, but oh wow, BRC to get out of there, knockdown. Takes the Berserker slash, catches the backdash with the S. First round going to Sonic Fox.
Yeah, and that whiff throw in the corner from Sonic was scary. That could have been, you know, a life bar suddenly deleted, or at least a burst force, right? So that was a very scary position. Early burst from Deb again, and yeah, just gets clipped by the gunflame. Leo's heavy. Is, you know, an important thing to know about this character. He is chunky, so sometimes he can fall into positions like that, and you know, in terms of certain combos are a little bit more difficult, or sometimes easier because he's a chunkier character.
Okay, 6S. Defense looking really good on the side of Sonic. That 236S gets the pickup, spins a little meter on top of it, and the wall break.
Yeah, really good spot for Sonic here. And Deb, you know, you got to get moving right now. I got to spend some meter, got to do something. And Sonic with the BRC challenge. Gotta respect the uppercut. There it is.
Out the flash kick. That's not good. But drop the combo and instantly does another hard slash flash kick to get out of trouble. First game going to Sonic Fox. Wow.
Yeah, you know, you see the charge dust and then the 5K, and I was like, oh, is this going to be like a 5K run or like a 5K, you know, 6P or what? And you see the 6S whiff, and, you know, it was already done. The flash kick to seal the deal. Nobody blocks there. And also, even if Deb had blocked it or whatever, burst came back for Sonic Fox as well. So it was like, not only did the combo drop, and not only did you get by the flash kick, but even if you didn't, now there was a burst to worry about if you get another hit or something. So, you know, it was a pretty rough position to be in. And honestly, she just kind of got mauled in a lot of those defensive positions. And if there's one thing Sonic Fox is renowned for in every game, it's they just know how you think on defense. It is like you watch Sonic Fox play and it's like I can't think of anybody else who just understands what the defender thinks and just makes the correct choice to overwhelm them, right? It's so hard to do.
Sonic Fox really good at getting the lead on the opponent. You know, that's why those choices work out so much better. You know, 5K gets to confirm in the 6K, calls out the burst from Deb. Oh, counter hit. Okay, takes the option to get you out of the corner a little bit. Oh, flash kick. They're gonna trade with the gun flame. That Berserker's gonna clash. Big counter hit right there. I'm not sure what was going for, what they were going for right there, but.
And, you know, it's one of those situations. Oh, I was going to say it's one of those situations, too, where you're in, like, a really bad spot. And you're like, oh, the counter hit connects. This is pretty bad.
Good burst. Good. That was such a good burst. That was an amazing burst. The 2K from a distance, though. Another game, another round, I should say, for Sonic Fox.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, in this position, it's interesting, too. We haven't seen Fafnir too much nice IB into the throat. We haven't seen Fafnir too much so far use the neutral tool. And, you know, the S Fireball from Leo is extremely good, and his mobility makes it a little bit more difficult for Soul to kind of, you know, just hammer in 6S or Fafnir or whatever like he does in a lot of other matchups. So you can kind of see that Leo, you know, more than some other characters, can kind of brawl with Soul, which is, I think, a good thing for him.
That's the kind of character Leo is, right? Like, he really does put you on notice. Like, yo, you have to either know how to get out of this mix-up or wait to get out of it, you know? Oh, wow. Great confirm. Sonic Fox almost had something big there. Here comes Deb.
Doesn't go for the confirm either after the far slash. I think maybe expecting a burst from Sonic. This is such a bad spot. Yeah, Sonic Fox has so much meter here, the YRC.
What a choice right there.
Oh, this is bad. Yeah, when you find yourself in the air like that burst.
Oh, wow. On the second hit, nonetheless. That was brave. Dash
Deb
up.
really tried to bait it. That could have been flash kick.
Oh,
the counter.
Knockdown. Oh, makes the 5K with Sonic Fox.
That was so good. And that's one thing that Sonic Fox is excellent at, but if you play the Soul matchup, you have to be good at that because 5K is an absurd button, right? It's 3 frames. It has great cancel options. It's extremely good as an anti-air. It's a really absurd button. One of the only problems it has is it's bad on whiff. And if you can force him to whiff it, right, with something like that, where, you know, Sonic Fox, they just dash back, or, you know, you do something like a Fukio back with Nagoriyuki or something, right, then you can whiff punish it. And that's exactly what we saw Sonic Fox do right there. And I think in these matchups, right, you can really see that Deb is not getting kind of control. Even when she's on offense, she can't really find, like, you know, pressure that's consistent or anything. Sonic Fox is hard to play offense against. They just kind of DP out or, like, challenge or 2D or scramble, and you're just like, oh, God, what am I going to do, you know?
So, Sonic, I was watching their Twitter and posted, like, tech to deal with Soul 5K and just making sure you whiff punish it. So you pointing that out and how, you know, effective they're doing that is perfect. Like, it makes a lot of sense. But it also opens up that run game to an extent, right? Like,
yes.
I can tell you right now.
Then you have to start worrying about, like, Sonic Fox makes Berserker Slash look so much better, right? And it's like funny because you do Berserker Slash, it gets thrown all the time. You watch Sonic Fox, like, how do you do it 9 times in a row? I don't understand.
I'm like, you would never no one would ever let me get away with that. But Sonic Fox, like, I'm built different.
And the challenge on Wake Up, wall splat, stomp. Not enough to kill, but yeah, this is a really bad spot for me. Like, what? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Just the S fireball at the start, backdashes, doesn't FD it, chipped out immediately. Set point already now for Sonic Fox, just looking in complete control. And Deb again has not found her footing. That was a wild route.
See, but the thing about Deb is when she does find that thing that works, she's really good at exploiting it instantly. She always knows how to put you back there, take full advantage of it, and the perfect to show you exactly what I was talking about. If Deb finds a hole, she can definitely take advantage of it. She can definitely win these rounds, and this is not over yet. This is definitely not over yet. It's more about how you deal with the vortex, and like Sejan was saying, not being able to get a clear call out on the defensive side of things versus Leo is not a good way to fight the character. Backdash, close S, goes straight into super, and this is a bad situation for Deb. The 2K hits, goes into 6K, almost got the confirm.
Anti-air? No anti-air. I don't know what exactly Deb tried. It probably had to be a 6P or a DP to beat that, but that was clean. That was a really well played set from Sonic, and I think just kind of forced the offense and gambled in really smart ways, and honestly just did a good job of saying, like, I know what defensive option you're going to commit to, right? Like, I'm aware of what you're going to do. I'm going to bait this. I'm going to do that. And I think when Sonic Fox gets in and starts to run that pressure where you're forced into, like, you know, you versus me interactions where it's like, I know what you're going to do and you don't know what I'm going to do, that's where Sonic really excels, right? It's really hard to get them off of you in those positions.
Yeah, using like 5K to start up the offense in a lot of situations is really what Sonic Fox used to get their game started, especially just to get a read on what Deb would potentially be going for, as well as just maximize the situations once those hits were found, especially in the corner. We already know that Leo does a chunk of damage, but has to have meter. Getting that knockdown is the next best thing because the mix-up game is so strong, no matter what character you are. If you don't know how to defend properly against Berserker Slash, like you said, Sonic can do it like 5 times in a row where, you know, a regular Soul player can't get away with it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of those things too where, like, you know, you see Deb trying to challenge on defense, like hits 5K or, you know, tries to go for DP, and Sonic's just ready every time. Like, just backdashed the DP and just did the overhead right into the super immediately, right? Just says, I'm not even going to give you a burst chance or anything. I'm just going to do this right away. And then when the burst came up later, it hits, but Sonic Fox just immediately forced another situation. And, you know, you're just not ready. It's too overwhelming. It's too much for you to deal with at once. And I think that is something that is really hard to stop, especially in a tournament format where it's like, okay, that was a couple of wait, that was 2 games. Wait, it's last round already. Like, what? You know, it just slips away so quickly a lot of times. Yeah,
I mean, with both of these characters, easily can slip away. I mean, but if you look at what both of them could do, Soul is really known for starting a match and being like, well, hey, look, if you don't know how to deal with S, you don't know how to deal with SH pressure, it's really going to be a quick round, right? You start playing, you know, the meta of that, you get out of way of Gunflame, you start spacing out 6S, right? That's when the meta kind of changes. So then once you understand that the person that you're fighting knows how to deal with Soul, especially someone like Sonic Fox, right? Like, Sonic Fox has literally tech on their Twitter about how to whiff punish specific things, specifically Soul, and they fought Deb before. This isn't the first time they've ran across each other. So you know for a fact that it was tech made specifically to deal with some of the situations that Deb has put them in. So let's take a look one more time at the bracket before we go any further. That sets up our losers quarters, and you see there's going to be Macho Zato going up against Lord Knight the Million. Man, what a fated battle. Man, that's like lore and everything. And then, of course, right behind that, we have Tempest versus Sonic Fox. Another run back from early days of Strive. I mean, I guess we're still there, but it's going to be an interesting one. And then
this very tournament, too. That's one of the exciting things about it, right? They played. That's who sent Sonic Fox a losers bracket. It was Tempest and apparently a nail biter, right? Which is really exciting. And as you were going to say, the winners finals, Jonathan versus Hotashi, is also going to be really, really fun to watch. And, you know, I can't wait to see basically all of these sets, right? Because there's like so many interesting interactions between so many of not only the players but the characters as well. And, like, you know, Lord Knight, I just saw him running like a really long set with Nokami like literally last week. He was like, okay, I'm gonna play a long set, and like as he was playing and, like, you know, studying the matchup and stuff, I was like, man, you know, he's just grinding this matchup out. You never know when you're gonna just run into a Zato player and need that matchup experience, right? And then you just look, you're an Evo top 8 loser side, all of a sudden LK is like, well, I was literally preparing for this matchup a week ago. This is perfect timing, right?
Well, it always comes to a head, and I can hear my eagle eye in the sky letting us know that we're about to come up on this battle right here. But no, it's going to be I like seeing these kinds of runbacks. I really like seeing the runback between these two, and we're going to winners finals if I'm not mistaken. This is going to be losers quarter. Excuse me.
I think we're having the Macho LK set.
Okay,
first,
okay,
and then it
Macho.
should be Sonic Tempest, and then we'll have our winners finals, which should be a good one for sure. A barn burner. I expect that to be a slugfest, which should be great.
Duel 1.
All right, here we go. I like the song.
Ooh, and that
choice.
6H. One thing that's interesting is, you know, Zato's 6H is a really interesting button. It's where he jumps in the air and he like hits you with, I don't even know what it is, some weird animal Eddie button. But it's very good against characters with slow buttons. So if you're a character like Millia or like a 6-frame character, he can kind of use it, yeah, just like that. He can use that in a jump K against you very effectively. It's really something you use against 6-frame characters. And this matchup is an example where you can use it a lot.
Yo, PRC back to make the opposed a little stronger. That way you don't have to worry about them using RC to get rid of it. That's pretty cool. Good air control. 2H. Opposed does its job. There's the frog, Bud. Wise Earth. Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you had 70% life right there, right? Like that combo does so much damage.
Oh, okay. And this is the game Million wants to play. Keep pressure on you. Gets the knockdown.
Yeah, and you get the positive bonus here, so LK is going to have a lot of extra meter to work with. Notice the kind of air movement from LK, trying to get away from Oppose, right? Does not perfect snipe right there on the Drunkard Shade. And you don't want to approach Zato above him while the while the Oppose is out, right? That's not something you're looking for. And so LK obviously does not want to approach when that's a thing. Ooh, air throw miss. This is big.
Oh. Okay. Mix up. And a dash. YRC to stop the pressure, gets the counter. Emilia goes right back to the air. The jump H hits, dash in for the throw. In that game of, is she going to hit far slash? Is she going to run up and hit close slash to start the pressure? Or run up throw, mix up afterwards? That's a very strong game. Because if you're not calling Emilia out early during the run, you're not going to get that hit. You're probably going to get thrown. So your defense has to be on point. Gets the 2K, 2D knockdown into this ×2. Oh, close S. Tried to bait the burst right there. The delays it a little bit. Anamorphous.
Yeah, it's gonna block, and then the summon obviously falling mix up. Oh, baits the burst.
Oh,
yeah,
we're
this
dead.
is gonna you're
Dun,
smoked.
dun, dun, dun. Oh! It's under the boat.
We're gonna need a bigger life bar, Steve.
We're
We're gonna need a bigger life bar.
gonna
That
need a
was
little
nasty.
bit of life.
That was just like, you just see him go to clap his hands, and you're just like, well, that's it. That's the end there. He does like the animation where his like hands are like this or whatever. And
It
you're
like
just
spin.
well,
I love the anime. I love that animation so much. It looks so
Yeah.
cool. The animations in this game overall is just really upholds the Guilty Gear name. I tell you what.
yeah, it's incredibly pretty. It's funny because I look at other games that Arxis made that are incredibly beautiful, and I think, wow, this game doesn't look good at all, which is not okay. Like, Dragon Ball is an incredibly gorgeous game, and then you look at it next to Strive, and you're like, man, Arxis is the best, right?
Right.
Like, and you look at Granblue. Granblue is gorgeous. Like, that game is so pretty, and you look like next to Strive, and you're like, man, I really want to see their next game, because like
Yeah.
whatever game comes out after this, will look better as well, right?
Really
That's the
good.
cool part.
Really good
It's
at
just-
incorporating all their animation aspects to like make
Yeah.
a game look as beautiful as possible. As we get back into this here. Now, this is going to be tough, right? We've seen Macho, if Macho gets to play, like, it's going to be a lot harder for Lord Knight to make this comeback, but the pressure is what's really going to set the tone. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Close S, gets the knockdown, forces the disc pressure, and using Faultless to push back a little further, but still going to be stuck in this corner. Goes for the low this time, and the wall break. You dropped this, King. You dropped your crown, King.
And I was gonna say, like, you reset the neutral here, but the Oppose just misses. I mean, you can try to make this pressure count if you're Macho, but yeah, this round is looking very, very tough to come back on. With the jump S, Macho needs a. Oh, this is a big one. Okay, it could have been 2H. It could have been worse, but this is still good damage. Wow, that was cool.
That
The
was
2K
sick
at the
as hell.
end.
What the?
The YRC, I love the choice. Run up grab, the classic. YRC and a run up grab is the classic. People backdash there often because it's so common, and so sometimes you just got to bring it back to basics. The
There's a
round
roll.
start.
2K, there's the dish, tries to swing in between and gets knocked down to the corner. 6K in the Lust Shaker. 6H, excuse me.
I didn't try to answer. I love the run up throw, the challenge on the summon too. If you read Oppose, especially, run up throw is such a good idea. FD from Macho on defense into the 2P challenge, so he had a little bit more space. Great idea. Gold burst again. Same thing we saw last time. Gonna get the summon here. No, goes for the damned Fang instead. This is bad. Ooh.
Oh, jumps out of the throw and the frog is right there.
You know, how many years have you been jumping out of Zato's throw and getting hit by Nobiru? And instead it's Frog now.
It's just a frog now.
Goes for the close slash, double close slash, air dash, cancel, but Macho ready with the 2B challenge and has Eddie Gauge again for a pose. That's why he runs up for the throw.
That's right. Gets right through a pose. This is going to get a knockdown in the corner. There's no meter on the side. Goes for a reset instead. Spins to YRC. There's the frog. This is a bad situation for Lord Knight. Oh, what a block on the 5D. Oh, good defense. That just up blocks the 2S, but not the invite to hell.
Yeah, was ready right at the end there. I mean, it's tough. He survived for so long, right? But I mean, at that very last minute, ooh. Yeah, it could have been a bigger confirm, but I think LK was maybe waiting for burst, which Macho is still sitting on, and I think probably not going to spend until the wall breaks, to be honest.
6K.
Which at this point, the wall might just never break. He might just be dead on the next hit. Bad Moon. Help!
If I'm a Amelia player, I don't want it to break. I want you to stay in that corner forever. It's just your choice. You know how to do the right thing. You can keep that corner forever. That was so dirty. The double air, it was like back and then forward. Oh, that was so dirty.
It's because, like, you know, when you block the cross up from this character, you're like, okay, I did it. Like, you do the the fist, but you're like, yes, I blocked the cross up. And then she air dashes again. You're like, word. It's like that, huh? You're just gonna air dash another like you have a whole other air dash.
Right? You had one just sitting on it.
Saving it for a rainy day. I'm like, okay.
On your back pocket, huh? That's when you want to do it. When I'm in the corner and I'm thinking that my back is to the wall, but you jump over me. And then you, oh, bruh. Yeah, see, that's not nice. That's not nice.
That's what I'm saying. I blocked the cross up, and I'm like, it's so obvious you're going to cross up. And then they air dash again. I'm like, I see. I see how it is. Yeah. I was supposed to block the cross up. I understand.
I see.
I get it now.
What if I got hit? Maybe if I just let him hit me, he wouldn't be prepared to air dash.
Nope.
No?
They'll just combo anyway. LK will be ready with the combo. It's just over. You're just like, well... That's how it just goes.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that is bad. Oh, no.
This is exactly what I was talking about. And then resummon, and you're still in the sandwich.
6K blocked. Goes low this time. Eddie Gauge is out until the sword connects, and then the piercer. Oh, a little far on the damn thing, and tries to use the frog to cover after, but, you know, just a little too far. Good challenge from Lord Knight.
Yeah, gets the 2K to whiff, and then finally gets the knockdown, confirming the combo. I like the reset there. Been doing that consistently since the first game. Green disc, RC, nice 2P. Get away from me, says Zato to 2S.
The play is so good, right? You're just like, I'm going this way. I'm just gonna not be here anymore. Oh, you were so right, but then so wrong. The gold burst. Huge. You gotta spend this meter if you're LK here. Yeah, RC, and that air throw, that's bad. Yeah, the position that you lost is so important right there. Using the drill to try to control space.
That was that was such a good jump S and wasn't ready for the throw. The mix up back forward stays on the same side, and that's gonna be that. This dude, Lord Knight, getting the grasp of things right now. I feel like the slower this match goes, and like it's whoever hits who first, right? If Amelia gets that knockdown, you're gonna be guessing. But if Zato hits you, it's probably gonna take off enough damage to put you in danger anyway. The 5P is to keep him honest.
It's really interesting because, you know, Pose is really good against characters approaching you, but it's kind of hard sometimes to use as an anti-air, you know, which is why that frog is very useful, like you see there. So that's, you know, why LK is so ready. Beautiful punish on the Drunkard, and again, the pickup off the 6H.
Well, PRC on top of that, another 6H break the glass. Macho, every time I feel like this gets out of control, like I'm like, Lord Knight is running this, and then all it takes is one knockdown, and Macho's like back in. Speaking of the knockdown, 5K double jump air dash, Lord Knight. Jeez. Oh, baits out the throw on disc to end the pressure.
Look how much FD there is for Macho, too. Trying to FD and gain space all the time, so it never really has that much meter, right? Like, you can't really build enough bar super. Yeah, it goes for the winger.
Washige, no.
Washige, no. Every time
it was over. Every time I see it, I just think of that. I can't help myself.
The passion in Ryan's voice, bro. It was so good.
The line that he delivers, he says he thinks it was over, and Ogawa gives him no remorse. I was like, oh. Every time I see that, I just think, well, Shige, no. It just makes me laugh every time.
Bro, I really, if I ever get back into art, I just want to draw how that looks in my head. It's just, well, Shige, no! Like, it's just,
Yeah.
they do the zoom in, no! It's just like,
It's just like the one, you know, the panels in comics where the whole page
Exactly,
is
it's
just one
the whole
thing?
page.
It's just him yelling, no! Like on the
yeah, he's on
Shige
top.
mode.
He's on top of Mordor. Lava popping off in the background. The Sauron eye. And no, it's just lava everywhere. And it's just, man, he really felt sorry for
Yeah,
Rashida
he
right
thought it
there.
was over. Yeah, he really felt bad, and I understand why. And no remorse. It's fair enough.
Oh man.
Yeah. 2-1 LK here in this set. Impressive work so far. Looking clean as ever.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh, that was... Did you see the ducking and weaving from LK to get out of the way of the frog under it and then jump up? The air dash. Really impressive movement to escape it. Uh-oh.
Man, you were the one who told me about the drunkard shade, like shooting little Eddie. I was like, bro, how is he getting over here so fast? She's like, yeah, the drunkard shade. It shoots the little Eddie. I'm like, whose dumbass idea was what? You know, he did
Like, who's
what?
cheating? Who's cheating over there?
Oh,
Goes for it again.
broken wings though.
Not quite enough, but you get the mix up here. Oh, the challenge too. Just says, I don't want to deal with this 2P summon. Eddie's about to run out. Yeah, you get the piercer at the end, but there's nothing really after. Yeah, I think you're in a tough position if you're Macho there, right? Do you unsummon and then you gain no pressure, but you have Eddie back soon, or do you not unsummon and then maybe, you know, just lose the pressure after Eddie?
That empty jump gets hit by the disc. Oh, the 2H, the oppose was there, and the frog holds in place. The full charge dust punish. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm going back and forth, though. Oh my God, that was sick.
That was incredible. Like, had the frog loop, bathed the burst, charged dust punish. Now you have Eddie back into the corner. The pressure keeps going. Macho. This is why Macho's in top 8 of EVO. Okay, right there. That was so good.
Man, the clutch that Macho has, I feel like just being able to, what a
That was a
confirm.
forbidden
Oh,
confirm.
that was sick.
forbidden. Okay. What are you even? You're just making things up at this point. Frogs out. Oh no, you got melted.
It's a bad
GG's
time.
big fan.
It's a bad time. Dun dun. The hands unfold. Got him. You see what it does, right? It definitely hits you with the got him.
Puts his hands together. Got him. GG, shake my hand. GG. You can't shake my hands. They're shaking themselves. Like it's already
I don't
over.
need
You're
your
like, oh.
congratulations. I won. I'm going to congratulate me for doing such a good job. Sato.
GG's big fan. You're like, oh man, I'm just dead. It did so much. We were just like, everything's fine, you know, and then all of a sudden we're like, wait a minute, this jump P like into the frog confirm. What kind of made up confirm was that? I've never seen that. That was so
Legit have
clean.
never seen that before. And the move looks sick too. Just it made like the little stab noises. I'm like, I've never seen anybody use it. Oh, you're gonna come. Oh, got it. All right, it's Macho
That was
guy.
cool.
Definitely supposed to be here doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and LK, like, his movement and his play against Zato has looked really smart so far. And then you find someone who's that crafty, right? As crafty as your movement is,
Yeah.
it's like as crafty as his Eddie positioning is. And it's really fun to watch kind of, you know, the ebb and flow of this match where you have like a really airborne character against Eddie and Zato who are just kind of trying to maneuver on the ground and then catch these stray hits and confirm them into death.
Yo, this set has actually been OD. What? These instant blocks though, keeping it up close. Macho once
Waited
again.
for the burst.
Okay.
And missed the close slash. That is a little scary now.
Oh, what?
How
I
are you
literally, I don't even, what? I don't know what side that was on. Sunboy, hold the sword though.
How are you out of the corner? Oh, the 2K into the 5D. I like that a lot that we're seeing Macho go for that.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. The low.
Yeah, has
Bad
meter here
move?
too.
No.
Yeah, just breaks with Capel instead. And yeah, if you're LK, you got to look for a BRC or a PRC. Yeah, just like that. The confirm didn't get the 5K. It's
But
flying.
the jump
Oh.
S. The jump S did more than enough. Couldn't confirm, but still able to go in and get the throw after the knockdown.
Yeah, and honestly, right there, that was such an interesting position too because, you know, oppose is the starter, right? It's what everybody does when they summon Eddie, and so LK so ready, just runs up and throws it. Now on set point here, trying to advance. The double air dash.
6P though. Finally an answer for that.
Yeah, he was trying to get real. That's like maybe one of the more aggressive approaches we've seen LK take, and Macho was just ready for it.
Speaking of being ready, Macho defensively ready, but not for the close S. Jumps a little too soon. The conversion from Laura K, that moon is bad. Goes for the 6K on top of it, and look at this. Look at how quick this can go from good to worse. Like the worst possible scenario. LK, Lord Knight gonna take it 3-2 over Macho on this loser side.
Yeah, and really impressive play there too, because I love the wall positioning. Choosing when to break is so important, right? So like when you're gonna break the wall or when you're just gonna take the positioning instead is a question you ask yourself a lot with a character like Millia. So, you know, it was really fun to watch, and I really enjoyed that quite a bit. As we see some of the highlights of this match, that close slash reaching to the heavens.
You can tell by the pose that you're going to get anti-air by that move. But I can tell you right now, Macho has did some amazing reads, some amazing combos, just some dope confirms with Zato. A character we don't really get to see as much, I feel like. And if you just look at the match, it's more about like the pacing, right? If Zato got that hit, damage was definitely on the table. Lord Knight keeping his wits about him though in a lot of situations. What a great punish. Oh my God. Keeping his wits about him, this combo was so sick.
That's something that, like, when I watch, I think more players should be doing this, right? Like, it's such a like smart choice in that situation. And you know, as you were saying, like, it's really fun to watch such crafty, like really clever characters and watch like the interactions between the two of them, and to watch Macho, who just did awesome. Like, I mean, I'm really impressed with his performance. Congratulations on the top 8 finish, and played really well. If you haven't seen, he also streams on Twitch, so you can, you know, go find his Evo run on there and then go say congratulations on making it really far at Evolution.
Well, I can tell you right now, we see a lot of people making it really far in Evolution, but Sony's been throwing a lot of events themselves, and you guys can compete yourselves. All you got to do is head on over to compete.playstation.com. Head on over there now. These PlayStation tournaments have been amazing. I've been seeing a lot of my friends commentate and play on them as well. They also held the Evo warm-up tournament, so there was a lot of people using that platform to get ready for this tournament, as well as just to play in tournaments and get their first experience, man. So shout outs to PlayStation, and make sure you guys head on over and sign up if you like to. And you could possibly do that in this little break. We're going to give you a little time, you know, take a potty break, get some beverages, come back, maybe go sign up at compete.playstation. We got more Guilty Gear for you guys. Welcome back, guys. Evo 2021 online Guilty Gear Strive top 8 for NA. I'm joined by Sajam, the hair beyond compare. How have you been enjoying this top 8, Mr. Sajam?
You know, it's been excellent. I keep forgetting you say that sometimes. I got to come up with something as equally pleasant and kind, to be honest. It's very nice of you. It's always a pleasure to sit down and chat. You know what's great is I feel like in the last 3 months, you and I have commentated more together than we have in like a year and a half. So it's just been an absolute pleasure to not only commentate the top 8 for Evo, of course, and hang out with everybody at home, but commentate with you, who is an absolute professional and always a pleasure to talk with. So we're going to take a peek at the bracket. So me and you can, you know, take over and commentate about some of these more matches. We're going to have Tempest versus Sonic Fox, a rerun, by the way, of something that happened, obviously, to qualify for top 8 winners. Tempest apparently beat Sonic in a nail biter. Like, you know, 2-1 last hit, last round. Just a breath of like, oh, this could happen in this way or that way. Really close set. And so the winner will play LK. Then we're going to go up to our winners finals with Jonathan and Hotashi. A set that, you know, I've been really excited to watch, basically since we saw that was going to be the 2 players in our winners finals.
Well, I can tell you right now, I know it's a rerun from earlier, but I feel like one of the matches that I've been watching a lot is just May versus Leo, and it is Sonic Fox versus Tempest. I've seen them play each other before, so I want to see how it's evolved. Once again, I want to see how this matchup's evolved between the two. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen them play in a bunch of different tournaments. Obviously, the early Levo was one of them, where, you know, just a really impressive finals between the two of them. And, you know, this is one of those matches where, again, it could be very explosive, right? Very quickly, all of a sudden, you're like, wait, what happened? Like, what's going on? I mean, look at Tempest's life bar already.
Oh, the stagger, good block, and this pressure. Oh, I love the mix and the flash kick on top of it, and just working with a full bar right here. Sonic Fox takes his first round pretty clean.
Yeah, like, you just get into the corner and you're like, okay, 2K, 2D. I was told Leo players will eventually stop DPing after this, and then, you know, they just let it rip upward.
Let's keep doing it anyway. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do it. Just take that and apply it. 5P. Into 6K because of the counting hit. Okay.
Yeah, and Sonic really makes that 5K pressure work. Ooh, that's big. Get out of the corner. Yeah, get some space. Great confirm off of that. Now, oh yeah, trying to bait the burst there with that close slash jump cancel. Tempest doesn't fall for it.
Oh, jump H. Dolphin to get out of the corner. Oh, baits it, but not able to punish it. It was a gold burst. Speaking of punish burst, Tempest comes back with that second round.
Yeah, and the dash up there was so clean too. Tempest just like counter hits on the Dolphin, dashes up like, yeah, I'm gonna challenge. Speaking of which, flash kick on the H Dolphin. Just says get off me. I'm not gonna deal with this pressure. And back turn P is so good as an anti-air.
Wasn't able to get the confirm off of it, but the message has been sent, right? And you know Sonic's gonna get that confirm next time. Stance, cancels, takes the Oki. 5K, cancel stance again, goes for the regular throw, no burst on the table, spins the super. Sonic Fox is gonna go up 1-0 versus Tempest right now in his quarterfinals on the loser side.
That was sick. I love the little like tap low dash up throw with the cancel. Like the stance cancel pressure in this game to me is really cool. I think it's like something about Leo that you look at, you're like, dang, that is sick. And it's like really good too, right? That's the nice thing about it. Leo's like pressure, again, a lot like Millia, you're not gonna survive, right? You just kind of have to accept that sometimes this character is going to hit you. You know, it's sort of the nature of the game, and sometimes you have to deal with that. And Sonic Fox makes like every mix-up feel like, oh gosh, I'm going to explode. This is the end. And it's really bad. Especially, just notice how Sonic Fox hits 5K, the little hop knee that Leo does. Watch how Sonic hits that button and 2D, and then makes 5K and 2D and neutral like feel like the screen is just like suffocating, and like it's just like I can't get away from this character. He's just gonna chase me down.
Yes, but I'm glad you bring up that 2D, right? The knockdown, because a lot of people, a lot of Leos, they're gonna swing after it, right? And you always want to hit a button after, but it makes the screen seem like he's always gonna be right there with you, right? Okay.
Yeah. And Leo just is all of a sudden in your face, and you're just like, please, I don't want to be on this wild ride anymore. I got to get out of here, and it's just too late. Yeah, burst on the stomp, didn't want to deal with the plus frames. Plus 21.
Answers back, tries to go for the 2D to punish, and it's not going to work out, but the damage. Porpoise with a purpose right there, man. Porpoise with a purpose, man.
Every time you say it, I'm just like, man, oh, clean.
It's so cute, but
Ready
it's
for
so
the berserk
deadly, man.
slash.
It's so cute, but it's
Yeah.
so deadly, you know?
That's the perfect combination. That's how the May players get away.
That's how they get.
That's how they get away with it. The run, close slash pressure, plus frames, and yeah, Sonic Fox not having it.
Answer with the 5K, I like that. Oh, back turn is just a little too early. Gets the knockdown this time, goes for the throw. PRC
Yeah,
to keep
command
it
throw
safe.
PRC. We love to see it. Oh, that could be punished, yeah, but I don't think Tempest is looking for it. Slide knockdown. Ooh, yeah, this is good damage. And hard to burst, honestly, too, in that position if you're Sonic. Kind of a weird spot.
Good patience.
Aston.
Just after.
Yeah, and this is a pretty safe spot if you're Tempest here. You have
The
meter.
jump H baits the burst, and the way Tempest just waited in that second game right there for a lot of instances. Even Sonic really saying like, you know what, this time I'm just gonna delay a little bit. I'm just gonna wait to see. And Tempest was like, I'm just gonna down back. And the minute I get a chance, you're gonna eat this bottlenose dolphin to the face, and we're gonna see how you react to it.
Yeah, and like the thing is too is if you're Tempest, like just swinging S from full screen, like why not, right? Like, you know, you just need a little bit of damage, and at that point it's pretty safe to just stick out, you know, these really strong May buttons. Like May, you know, people laugh about the Dolphin being silly and stuff, but her grounded buttons are excellent, and so are her airborne buttons, right? She becomes a hitbox and just like swings with all this range and everything. She's really hard to contest sometimes on the ground, and that's why you see like in positions like that, you're swinging, you're assing, you're just swinging the ass, 2S, it doesn't matter what it is, you're assing away.
I came here to S, bruh. And
I'm
nothing,
trying to
and no
S,
one's
bruh.
gonna stop me. You know I'm trying to S, bruh. I got some new polish. I'm finna S my brains out. All right, here we go.
Oh, who does that? You see the Berserker slash after the whiff to get out of the corner? Like, that's one of those unblockable Berserker slashes. You're just like, well, yeah, I wasn't going to see that one.
Oh,
the
ping
bounce.
pong. Gets the wall splat and spins the super. I like this. Gonna get the knockdown. Lots of damage on top of it. And you're getting that positive bonus. Goes for Berserker. Stops right in front, though. That's the problem. Knowing the range on it. Backdash. PRC to throw once again. And this is big news for Tempest. Gets the wall break. A big chunk of damage. This is not good.
Yeah, and immediately just gets the positive bonus back, which is really important here. Although this can be Berserker Slash in a mix. Goes low. That is the classic. You think to yourself, okay, this Leo is going to string into the overhead, right? And I'm just going to stand up. And then they stance cancel 2K into whatever, you know, 6K. And you're just like, man, I was not ready. It's really hard to deal with.
Or, speaking of the overhead, there it is this time. Pillar to take the Oki dash through. Gold burst for the safety. 6H this time. Flash kick, that's a bad trade. That was definitely a bad trade. Definitely a bad trade, bro. You don't do
That's a bad trade, bro. Not a good trade, bro. Oh, man. That did so And even worse, burst available? Yeah, I think you kind of have to keep the position here, but Tempest just fights right out. Oh, man. Look at the damage on this.
Oh, the 2H to catch the jumping H. Tempest. Taking control right now. Sonic Fox needs to make something happen. These reads coming from Tempest. Like I said before, they both played each other in tournament before, and it's gone both ways in a lot of instances. So it's all about how they're changing it up to be more effective. Gets the back
Yeah,
cave.
this is so bad. The chip damage is really scary. Yeah, just sends it with the overdrive. Says, and maybe you'll get hit. Maybe not. The wall splat anyway. That is a real rough position to be. And Sonic's going to be building meter here because of that positive bonus.
Oh,
So-
that's gonna hit. Okay, wait a minute.
Huge.
Tempest. This is one of the things that's kept Tempest alive. Just keeping the wits about him, man. Keeping a steady head. PRC tries to go 6P to make you think they're gonna jump up for the throw, and it was nothing. What? That was such a big brain play. You would think that you see the burst and you're gonna jump up like, oh, they're gonna jump up here and they're gonna hold it. Sonic 6P. I'm down here when you. I'll be down here when you're done.
I wonder if like the thought process from Tempest was either the burst was gonna hit or Sonic was gonna like try to jump air throw after the RC, and then that would get gold bursted or something. I'm not even sure, but it happens. Sometimes you're just like, well, it'd be like this. I'm in the sky and I just did burst and I'm way up here and my opponent is nowhere near me. Like, it's one of those things that just happens. Sometimes you're like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's situations like that. We were earlier talking about like how important bursts are. Even though bursts are really important now, they're also a lot easier to punish across the board. So you have to be ready for them. And sometimes you don't even have to punish it because you can just make them whiff.
Yeah, I think bursting in this game is really hard, to be honest. Like, knowing when to burst in this game is quite difficult. And so I don't blame people when their bursts get, whiff or they're just in the wrong spot. It's hard to find a good spot to burst sometimes.
Back turn, tick throw pressure coming from Sonic Fox. Oh, speaking of baiting burst. Speaking of baiting burst. Oh, the glasses broke. Yo, you die? Oh my god.
It's one of those hits where it's just like immediate wall splat, right? It's like close slash 2H or whatever, and you're like, I'm dead. Like, this is gonna
You
do
just
a
gotta hear
billion
the
damage. And like the scream when the wall breaks too. Oh man, that's a nice chunk off the 6H. But then the DP, the flash kick right after this says, nah, I'm not having it.
Close
Reversal Dolphin. Wow, Sonic with the burst.
Answering back with 2K, 5K this time. There's the jump H. Knockdown. Oh, counter hit this time around. Not going to spend any meter. Sonic. Full
Wake up,
control.
close
Don't
flash.
get hit here. Yeah, you would have died.
Can't. Yeah, went for the low. Still has meter. Jumps the throw. No PRC OS from Sonic. And the clean pickup there from Tempest. Staying alive. This is, your tournament life on the line here.
The jump succession that's come from Tempest in these situations versus Leo and Sonic has been too good. 5P.
And the challenge. Jump 2-8. I love that as an option, just in case flash kick comes out.
Actually counter hit the 6K right there from May. Stands cancel into 2K, 6K not going to work out this time. Tempest just taking the slow route, backing up a little bit. PRC, counter hit 2H. No big damage, but gets the corner, spins the burst one more time. Sonic still alive with the burst and gets the side switch with the pillar combo. Unblockable. Dash up throw and ready again with the jump H from May. It's just the main tool to go to.
And Sonic didn't even burst, just hit 5P. That was just like the challenge. Oh, wow, no burst again. Dash up. Sonic Fox just says, I'm not even going to burst.
You're dead. You're
Just like that, that is straight up like cold calculated. I know it was Sonic Fox saying, I'm not gonna burst. I'm just straight up not gonna do it. You're gonna try to bait it. I don't care. I'm just gonna hit 5P. After you hit me with jump back H, I'm just gonna hit 5P. I don't care. You're gonna try to bait it, whatever. I'm just gonna like move forward and swing. Bait my burst. Go for it.
Bait my burst.
See
Go
if I
for
care.
it. Make my day. You
Make
feeling lucky?
my day.
You don't think I see that burst coming? Am I gonna punish it? Are you gonna die? Do you feel lucky? Are you gonna spend it? Well, are you?
I was thinking of the, come on, hit me. I know you want to hit me. I was just thinking of like it's just like, what are you going to do? What are you supposed to do with someone who's just like, I'm not going to burst. I'm sending it. You're just like, what? Like, and to be fair, how many times was Sonic's burst baited in this set, right? Like, it was a lot. And I think because, just like that, right? And at the end, Sonic says, all right, I'm sick of it. You want to try to do all these fancy burst baits, whatever. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to burst.
And just right here, what we were talking about, like you literally preface, you like, yeah, man, stance cancel. And literally the first round, it was like 5 normal throws from Leo and Sonic Fox to take the round. And then you see it right there, going straight for the overhead into the super. Sonic Fox stays alive in this loser side bracket to move on, and it is we're getting down to the wire right now. It's getting to the pinnacle of why we've come here to see who's gonna make it to that big offline final in Vegas that they just announced on the side of Evo. I gotta say, man, even before we go any further, the fact that we have these players coming out and they're still going to be able to go and play in person at Vegas is going to be pretty amazing. But I believe we got some words from our friend over at Visible. Sajam, you want to tell us about that?
Of course, Steve. I'm a big fan. And, there's all these lovely people who are involved in making Evo happen every year, right? And so, of course, Visible is one of our amazing sponsors. And you can take advantage of Visible for as low as 25 smackaroos a month, Steve. That's a tier 3 sub. When you join Party Pay, Visible has remained the traditional friends and family plan with Party Pay, and you can grab your neighbor, your coworker, your Tasty Steve as he grabs me and shakes my arm, BFF or internet friend to join you and receive a lower monthly payment. Your squad can share the savings and nothing else. You can just get the savings, all powered by Verizon with 5G, which everybody has now. Each person will manage their own account and payments separately, so you don't have to worry about some fancy, Tasty Steve's racking up the phone bill over there. How he is texting people at 3 o'clock. What is the roaming charges? He's in the country and they're charging Steve roaming. You know how it is. Like, it's a whole issue. You can work on your own plan and be like, Steve, why is your bill $4,000? And Steve's just like, and just
run out of the house.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Steve, what does that mean? Yeah, you literally run out of the house. You just hear beads rattling. You don't even see you.
Yo, shout outs to Visible for holding us down here at Evo. No, look, Sajam, you already know what happens. I just text you. And then I fall asleep. I just forget to respond, and then
it's funny because, I will ask you sometimes, Steve, are we doing this event? What's happening? And you will say, I threw my phone under the bed and I haven't looked at it in 2 weeks. I don't know what's happening. Which would happen sometimes if you're not peeking at this bracket. We're down to top 4 in the tournament, of course. It's been a lovely Evo so far, obviously, not only for this game, but for every single game featured across Evo's lineup. As we have Jonathan Tene versus Hotashi, our winners finals. This match was settled at the very beginning of the event, right? And Jonathan looked excellent in that set against Tempest, and Hotashi equally excellent in that set against Macho. And now we have them fighting in winners finals to see who's going to move on. Guaranteed top 2, right, which sends you to that offline final you mentioned in November.
Yeah, things are going to get really interesting right now. We've been playing Guilty Gear Strive for a while now, and I feel comfortable saying if you're playing Guilty Gear Strive, you need to know how to fight Soul. Soul is a character you're going to run across no matter what. He takes off a bunch of damage. You need to know how to deal with it, especially somebody like Jonathan Tene, well-versed in playing in these tense situations, blocking for a long period of time, finding holes in the defense, very good at it. Of course, you still got on the other side there, you still have somebody like Hotashi who's really good at calling that one-shot opening, keeping the momentum and slowing down the pace even when things aren't looking too good. I've seen my man make some crazy comebacks, but here we go.
Yeah, and I think Hotashi is really good in this matchup, right? I think sometimes he kind of doubts himself in this, which I think is maybe the biggest factor, because honestly, I think he fights Soul pretty well when he puts his mind to it, especially when he's on offense, right? So, yeah, as you mentioned, Soul, we all know Soul is the strongest character, right? Soul is incredibly powerful, but if you don't know how to fight him, it's even worse, right? You have to know how to play this matchup, and you have to know how to deal with this character.
Yo, the BRC back to come in and try to get the throw, the read by Hotashi, life still just about even. Close S.
Oh, wow.
Fukio forward.
Close slash.
And was ready with the 5K. And was ready with, dude, Jonathan Tene was so ready with the 5K right there. That was crazy.
That's the thing is, you're waiting, right? You're waiting for the Fukio forward to see what he's going to do so that you can challenge. And again, right there, has that 5K on speed dial. You have to be ready. Ooh, counter hit. Wasn't ready for the confirm.
Okay, the IB's looking pretty good. Little mini staircase right there just to see how they're going to react. Jonathan Tene on the defense. Beyblade, level 3 on the blood rage. Wow, that's not a punish, is it?
No, his H is, I was going to say the spacing is kind of rough, and his H is relatively safe compared to other characters, right? Oh, doesn't get the punish, but yeah, you're S-ing with the best of them. Just far slashing it up. The gold burst on block is -10. Obviously, Soul's far slash is 10 frames. So if you're in range, you block a burst, you just hit far slash, and sometimes it works out. But sometimes you're not in range. That happens.
Yeah. You've been playing a little bit of both of these guys, right? You're a Soul player. I saw you messing with Nago. I think the way that Hotashi is approaching this is pretty good, but the way Jonathan is playing this matchup, just really not giving anything for Hotashi to get started with. We've seen like Hotashi play earlier today in this top 8, and it was more about being able to get to blood gauge up and then start making the opponent respect the normals. In this case, it's a lot harder because Soul's not even going to let you breathe. You're going to be like, oh, you're taking a step back? Boom. And on top of that, Jonathan's checking every Fukyo forward with 5K. I'm not going to say every, but doing a good job of stopping that forward momentum. We know that's a major part of the gameplay, but still, here he is, Hotashi able to get the first hit and go instantly to level 3 on the blood gauge.
And just takes the sweep there. Very interesting. Oh, one thing to note too, right, is like when you have these big normals, obviously Nagoriyuki is more capable of dealing with the character. Wow, what a whip on it. More capable of dealing with the character in neutral, right? But then you lose your ability to Beyblade or Fukyo or anything like that, so it's a little bit more difficult. Oh, that was kind of an unlucky confirm there for Jonathan. Yeah, it was kind of a rare miss in optimizing. Could have killed with the right combo.
Oh, wow, what a punish. Oh, just wake up and do it. I'm a Soul player. You better respect it, yo. You should have known this
Half
Volcanic
screen
Viper,
downtown,
bro.
that's the denim DP right there. That's
The
how we
denim
do it.
DP. Keep that bad boy in my back jean pocket. Yes, I do. 6'8", breaks the glass.
Yeah, huge damage on this already. You know, Nagoriyuki, he's not going to be really happy in this matchup unless he's on offense, right? Like, it's going to be kind of a struggle when he's on defense, or if Soul is just 6S'ing in neutral or something. You kind of need to get your pressure going.
Okay, this should be the kill. Oh, actually not. Gonna get the wall break.
Yeah. But the nice thing here is that, you know, you get this damage. You don't have to worry about your blood gauge, right? The blood's going to go down even more. And you can start to work on chip or, yeah, just check with the 2S there.
Oh. One shot, 83 seconds still left on the clock, and the perfect at that. And that's what I was talking about, being able to play like the slow game, find those openings, and then take advantage. Jonathan has been doing a good job of like whiff punishing Hotashi on a bunch of these normals though.
Notice like Hotashi went for slash and then let Jonathan whiff the 5K and then whiff punish it. He's done that a few times. You have to do that in this matchup, right? 5K is so good and you have to be ready to whiff punish it when he makes a mistake. Ooh, the routing here, yeah, he's gonna get the clean hit.
Bro, the fire sound effect is just too good. Oh, wow, base the burst with Fukyo back, but did not make anything happen from it to jump H. The vampires jump H.
Early. Yeah, the vampire H. Oh, and the H again. Jonathan did not want to sit still, and I mean, who could blame him, right? Like, you're just dealing with this H and 2S and H and H, and you're just like, help.
Yeah.
It does so much chip. It's cranking your wrist. You're just like, this is a bad spot. But notice Hotashi's offense was the key, right, in that matchup. Like, you know, you don't really want to sit neutral and you don't want to be a defense against Soul. But once you get going, he has the tools to get the round, right? And that's what you need. You don't need, you know, 7 hits to kill this character or something, right? You as Nagoriyuki just need a few really clean moments. And I think Hotashi, more than other Nagoriyuki players, is really good at making like 1 or 2 moments count.
I remember it literally. That was a clip of him, like, he was streaming and he was like, just breathe. And he literally had like a fingernail, like a pixel's worth of life. He's like, just breathe. And he had just popped. And like, I think he popped and he actually got like the super at the end or something like that. But he brings back the round. That's the kind of patience you need to play this character. I remember people first saw Nago. They're like, man, this character sucks, bro. He's not going to be able to do it. What do you mean it's blood gauge, bro? What am I supposed to do? I can't even bite you. And now it's like, bro, if I get hit by Nago, it's like game over, bro. He just takes a bite. He just leaves a hickey on my neck and leaves, bro. He just turns into a vampire and dips.
Dang, that's cold blood. It's just the hickey and go. They're like, where did you get that, man? Some vampire
Some
guy
vampire,
came by.
bro.
The worst. It's the worst. And look at this, blood gauge already cranked for Hotashi. In the, like, you know, defense, this is not where you want to be, right? I mean, you have the big normals, but no space to use them. And again, I love the way Jonathan's backing up and then going for these, like, you know, whip punishes or dashes up. Oh my god, the damage. OTG. Regular throw is close to killing at this point. Wild throw will kill.
Oh, the backdash 2S into H. Look at how, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, my man is playing, oh, never mind. Up burst. Oh. I was going to say, he lets the recovery animation for Nago rock, and I really respect that. Did not clear the gun flame, though.
Too chunky. It happens to the best of them, right? The big characters sometimes can struggle to get over something like that. A little heavy. Doesn't quite make it over. Oh, that is massive.
Wow, 5K to get the 6H on the wall. Yo, Hotashi, I see.
Yeah, tons of damage. This round is kind of a wash at this point. Yeah, I mean, it is really bad. His blood gauge is still going down. He's still going to have positive bonus here. Yeah, and you're just stuck. What are you going to do? Beyblade at round start. Jonathan in a real bad spot real fast.
2 perfects already on the side of Hotashi. That's the kind of character he's playing right now. Oh, the far S.
I love that. I love that he hit 2S like 9 times. And then was like, okay, I should hit a different button. Because he's going to be ready for it after, 9 of them.
Nice retaliation right there. That's under the 5K from Soul with the 2S. Didn't get anything big off of it, but I like the awareness. PRC on the Bandit Revolver. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, that could have been even worse. Like, it could have gone even worse, but luckily I had the burst available. The bait on the dash up, gonna hit the wall. Clean hits, V, 2-1. Jonathan in the lead here, trying to look at that grand final spot in Evo. And that little dash up wait is like the classic. You're just like, oh God. And then you just try to go for the throw.
What is it gonna do? Whoop. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Abort.
Guilty Gear players are pretty well known for enjoying defensive throw. I gotta say that is the favorite of every Guilty Gear player.
I know that's how I know people are really starting to play Guilty Gear. I saw your boy Brian F. He was like, bro, is it normal for people who play Guilty Gear to wake up throw so often? And I was like, I sipped my coffee. I was,
You were throwing with the other hand. You were just mashing H to throw. You're like, oh yes, quite.
Right, I'm like, that's exactly what happens. It's like, that's what you do. You need to be able to throw on defense and Guilty Gear. That's what happens. I'm just happy that, people are enjoying the game, learning some of these system, how to take advantage of some of the system, especially when it comes to like wake up throw and stuff like that. But in this situation, somebody like Hotashi is taking full advantage. Like if you're getting close, somebody knows that you're going to throw. Close S, I feel like hurts so bad if I'm fighting like Nago,
Exactly. And so we got our 2-1 position here. Hotashi obviously trying to keep it together. One thing I like about Hotashi, yeah, that was a clean bait again on the 5K. Didn't go for the Beyblade or anything. But one thing I like about his Nagoriyuki, he anti-airs with 5P a lot. And I think that's a really important thing to include in your game plan. You have to have that ready. But it's actually a pretty solid anti-air a lot of times.
Oh, wow, what an answer. Like, he reads that Hotashi's going to stop this Gatling. Oh, that burst didn't work. Burst should work, yeah.
Yeah. Unlucky timing there.
He's actually read that Hotashi was going to stop and then interrupted with 5K on the S Gatling stream. Double 2S. Using the ankles right now.
Yeah, 2S is a good button. Hotashi also loves it. Uh-oh. Close to popping, but yeah, the H didn't save him.
And that's what he
does
did.
That burst. Oh,
he's still alive, though.
It doesn't kill.
No meter, though. Mask on. As it should be.
Uh-oh, this is actually really bad.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say,
if he survives Blood Rage, sometimes it's like really bad for you, right? Because he immediately has no blood, and he can just be like, well, now I'm going to finish the round with, as much blood as I want.
Oh, good check. Backdash on the 2S. Beyblade to get in. Level 3 on the blood gauge. Run up 6K. 6S, excuse me. Almost had to confirm that. Still carries to the corner. Oof.
Ooh, that was scary.
Yo,
counter hit.
S. Oh my God, that's gonna hurt.
Oh no.
Oh.
The Twitter combo. Oh, could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Believe it or not, it could have been worse. Hotashi, yeah, he's in a rough spot with his blood here too. That is kind of the hard part. Okay.
Okay, and this is where you want to be right now, especially considering you're going to have that extra range there. That's why. And look at that. 2 hits put you back in. Goes for the throw. Tanae gets the read. Wild throw to answer back, and this is a set point coming up here for Jonathan Tanae. If Hotashi wants to do something else, he's going to be having a ride through this loser's bracket. Backdash on the factor. Good counter hit. Close S. 6H gets the knockdown.
Yeah, didn't go for Fukyo into more combos or HH or anything. Oh, God, or SS anything. This is a scary spot to be, though. This corner position, yeah. Oh, that confirm was so smart, too, from Hotashi.
5K,
Man.
6K goes right in the super, breaks the glass, ties the set 2-2, and winners finals to see who's going to go to grand finals. Okay. All right. All right.
That was so good, too, because it's like you can autopilot sometimes and just be like, oh, my 6K hit, Beyblade or whatever, right? But none of that here. Just immediately goes for the super, really smart decision making, and then ties up the set. And again, I feel like Hotashi, as you mentioned, can kind of like cool down, simmer down, right? And then just refocus and play. And that is a really important skill to have when you're in like a really tense, high pressure situation like Evo finals like this, where you're like, oh gosh, I'm in winners finals. Like, I'm playing for this spot. It's 2-2. What am I going to do? And if you're Jonathan, now it's your turn to recompose here and kind of slow things down.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. Tied up right here. I wonder what's gonna happen. What's the next move though? If I am Jonathan Tanae right now, I'm not sure what you change up. I mean, you're playing super solid. It's more about the fact that Hotashi's getting in he's overstepping at the right time, at least just to keep pressure. Sometimes he's not even scoring hits, but just the fact that he's able to push to the corner and keep that pressure, eventually it's one of those things where you're gonna crack eventually, and when you do, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, both these characters can kind of really commit to overwhelming offense, right? Like it's sort of the nature of how they work. Really high damage, really strong, like overwhelming offense. Like Soul is a bit more mobile, but on the same token, like Nagoriyuki is a very scary character when he hits you or when he pressures. So it's interesting that Hotashi can kind of manage both his blood and also the situation he finds himself in, and really makes the best of it in a lot of these circumstances. It's really easy to just like pop and just be like, oh gosh, I'm dead, right? So you really have to compose yourself and pay a lot of attention to what's happening when you're playing this character.
You saw that like Hotashi actually was aware of it, right? Like knew that he was about to pop and tried to use meter to BRC and get in closer. Not the first time we've seen him do it, but like just that awareness. One, it's really good. But you still have to know that if Soul catches you flinching, it's gonna hurt. Like you're already gonna be in pain, but if he catches you while that blood gauge is going, after you popped, it's gonna hurt even more so. Both bursts already out the window. Started driving and just threw the airbag out the window. Like, we don't need this.
Man, Hotashi was so close to popping. You saw Jonathan just wait there. Those H's saved him, right? Because he kind of went a little wild with the Beyblades to start there. And I love that Jonathan just played it slow. I think that it's very good that he's not, too frazzled and kind of played that situation really solid. This was really clean play from him so far. Oh, scouted the backdash. Wasn't ready for the second hit to hit and then the 6S after.
Okay. I like those 5K. I've always said, like, you're watching a good Nago is when they start using, like, 5P, 5K, 6K in the strings just to keep you on your toes. Close S.
Oh, he's close to popping, yeah. And then look at the 2 S's looking for the Vortex. If you're Jonathan here, I expect maybe an air dash or in the run-up.
Oh, PRC back. Oh. PRC,
that could have been worse.
Gets the S anyway. And set point right here to send Hotashi to grand finals at EVO 2021. Jonathan Tanae, what do you have for me?
That's a big trade at the start, and it has the pressure, but the backdash, that has been Hotashi's thing. Oh, God. This is so much damage. The super.
Oh, my gosh. And he's going to crack the glass. I see death. The reflection in the blade. Ugh.
This is a grip. This is Jonathan's last bit of life. He has to keep it together. Just gets hit. It's draining.
Was not
no
ready
meter.
For it. Gets the S. Nothing coming from it. IB. Staircase. Tries to hit him with the shimmy. Oh, Hotashi didn't take the bait, but he burst right after. The Vampire Jump H secures the victory. 3-2 will be the count. Hotashi moves on to grand finals. EVO 2021 online. Guilty Gear Strive. Okay.
The recomposure right there, right? You're in a spot. You're like, I got to compose myself. I got to compose myself again. That was Hotashi being like, okay, I got to keep it together. There was some dicey moments in this set, right? Where it was really just like, what is he going to do in this position? And he just held on, which is such an important thing with this character, right? I mean, he's called a one-shot character for a reason, right? He just needs that one moment that goes right, and then you just explode. And Jonathan looked really strong at the start of the set, and then you just kind of saw Hotashi recompose and I think really play extremely well in the last few games to close it out.
I could tell you now, like, Jonathan was definitely getting a read on a few things. You can tell started interrupting someone like the Gatling strings, as well as just when it came to the offensive pressure. Combos were on point. Dropped a few confirms, but it was a few reads like we saw just there. Just baiting on the burst a couple times, baiting on the DP right there that really got Jonathan in trouble. And as you can see, Hotashi always took advantage of it. Jonathan started slowing down a little bit. Hotashi got a little more loose with the gameplay, was able to get in. That jump H was something we hadn't seen much coming from him, in all honesty. Maybe once or twice, and that was it,
Yeah, and I think it's really important that you go for pressure forward with this character and then Fukio back to bait stuff like the 5K, right? Like, that is something that was so pivotal to Hotashi's pressure in the end of it, and even Fukio back to bait the DP, which is a really strong answer. And you love to see it, just like you love to see Astro, who's of course working with us this Evo, as long as our lovely sponsors are here supporting. Of course, yeah, you have the headset, I have the headset. They've got these fancy ear cups that say Evo on them. They're very cool. And of course, if you want to support Astro, who supports the FGC, it's not just Evo that they support, right? Astro supports tons of different events. You can go over to astro.gg/Evo 2021 to find out more details, pick up a headset, pick up a mix amp, maybe get both. And of course, they support Evo, who supports you, which you love to see, right? I mean, it's very cool that Astro has been supporting, many of the different tours, many of the different events, stuff like Evo. It is really kind of them. And I hope you guys have been enjoying all of Evo. We're in our top 4 of the last game of Evo this year, and we're going to be wrapping that up pretty soon, right after a very short break. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll see you in just a little bit. Welcome back to Evo, everybody. Hopefully you've been enjoying all the action all weekend long. Top 4 Guilty Gear Strive North America action is still coming to you hot. We had our winners finals. Of course, Hotashi takes the set over Jonathan. Really close, 3-2. Really clutch play from him. And in fact, now we're going to be heading to the losers bracket. This losers bracket is so good. It's going to be a really fun one to watch, obviously. LK versus Sonic Fox. Now, this match is super interesting to me. I've seen these two play on both their streams a couple of times in this game, and then the winner's going to be playing Jonathan. Winner of that gets a chance at Hotashi. Reminder that during all these events that we're having for Evo, the offline event that they announced in November has top 2 going to the finals. So Hotashi is already there. He's chilling in grand finals, feeling great, right? Wants to win this tournament, wants to go to that tournament, but who makes it there with him is such a compelling question, and how the rest of this bracket shakes out is going to be really interesting, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Like you said, top 2 will be the people who make it to that offline showing in Vegas. But it's going to be hard no matter what, I feel like, man. The whole top 8 was just nothing but like some of the best players in Guilty Gear in the country. And that's the point, right? These guys showing us everything. I want to know who's going to be that second person to make it just the same. Hotashi, already ready. You still want to get the W, but you know what I'm saying, at least you know you can make it to that Vegas offline final.
Yeah, and you want to talk about matchups which are really give and take. This is a matchup where, I mean, it is just terrifying, right? Millia has really strong offense, but because of Leo's flash kick, you have to run it a little differently, and most importantly, you explode when you get hit. PRC combo, this is a ton of damage.
Oh, wow. And the break. Lots of damage. Gonna get that positive bonus.
Oh, PRC forward.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of messed up the combo with like just the 2D. Sometimes it's so funny watching Leo because you're like, I'm gonna bait this flash kick, I'm gonna do this, and then the 2D hits every time. You're just never ready for it, right? I mean, it's like such a good move. 2K starter, and look at this is already the makings of a bad round from LK side. Burst right away, OTG burst, and the 2D.
Yeah, 2S didn't hit. Well, you're able to get a follow-up there, but it's just not close enough to get it after that counter.
Uh-oh. Backdash gets caught. Pressure, the throw,
OTG, no.
dashing up. Yeah, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go, right? You have no space to work with there. Back to the wall. Sonic Fox with the chase. And that's what I mean. This can be a little tough, I think, if you're Millia, especially if you don't get started, because once you do, you have to respect flash kick. If you're in neutral, you have to respect flash kick. When you're knocked down, you have bad defensive options, and you're really in a pretty, rough position from the start.
This matchup, I feel like, and I fight this matchup a lot. I fought like Yipes in this matchup. I just been fighting the character for a while. Like I said, I've literally fought like Lord Knight in other like brackets. Same matchup. Millia controls the air. Like if you never put her hands on Millia, Millia is literally just going to be air dashing back and forth. You can't whiff anything because if you get knocked down, the vortex is hers to play. Right now, you still have flash kick, but there are legitimate options to bait out flash kick, especially after a knockdown situation for Millia. So as a Millia player, you know they're aware of it, and you know that Lord Knight is already trying to like scout out when after a knockdown if there's going to be a flash kick, but you got to get there first. A little too early on the throw.
Oh man, and the FD is, you see, LK spending all this meter trying to FD, right, and create space. The problem is, even if you FD and create this space, then you just get new staggers and new pressure, and you just react to that accordingly.
What a throw right there.
What a block, too. Did you see empty into Berserker, and LK was still ready for it, and then there's the overhead on the dash through. You're only human.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, this all the 2D to catch the hair car after the block. Sonic Fox, once again, gets this first round.
Yeah, and that's a really common option, right? When Leo's in back turn, you go for hair car, you just cancel. If you're Leo, you're just like, yep, I'm gonna cancel. I'm not gonna care, right? Because he can't block in that position. So Sonic Fox ready. Oh, they missed the super there to break the wall. Or didn't go for it, maybe. I'm not sure.
Probably was a miss. I would have definitely taken it. Flash kick, RC. Gonna push to the corner. Still have that positive bonus working as well.
Man, and LK cannot get going. I mean, just like all this meter on FDing. Yeah, finally gets a hit. Still FDs to try to defend. Burst is on the table. But what are you going to do? It just feels like there is no opening, right? Like Sonic Fox giving you no moments to get in. And when you do get in, like on defense, they're just too hard to read, right? It's like, is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? And by the time you've assessed and made a choice, the game is too fast, right? It's kind of over so quickly.
Now, Amelia in this matchup is very scary because Leo's a clunky character, right? He's kind of chunky when he moves around. On top of that, we saw him use that BRC, that blue RC, to dash forward and get the close-ass counter hit. That's one of the things you have to check. Kind of like how Johnny was in the older games. Leo doesn't have like a typical run. Gio doesn't either in this game. So a lot of times you want to check those dashes more than anything because if they're getting close, they could be trying to go through for a Berserker Slash, but that would have hit him regardless. So that BRC to begin that pressure after the transition to the different side of the stage was really, really smart.
Yeah, and I mean, Sonic Fox, since coming into this top 8 in loser side, has looked so good. Like, just sort of like an unstoppable force, right? Moving towards the grand final so far. And LK here, you got to reassess and come up with something, right? Like, you need to get some kind of momentum going or, you know, reposition in some way because this has been pretty gnarly so far. And LK has looked so clean and so in control of every other set that we've seen before this.
Right. Flash kick once again, and it's the consistency on just how the flash kicks are hitting. Takes the Oki, spins the burst already, tries to go for the whiff punish on the 2D, not gonna work out. Finally makes the throw whiff. Sonic spins the burst in retaliation and keeps the corner.
Yeah, and the Rift is already getting cranked up right there, although it goes down on that hit. This is big. Back throw into the corner, and then just flash kick right away. No fear.
Okay, close S. Goes to stand H, cancels to that roll. Keeping Sonic on the offense right now. 6H, 2K into 6H again and gets the wall break. No, I'm surprised no super usage right there. Oh, wow, neither one go for throw this time. Fall right next to each other. The Berserker hits. The burst is there. Are you going to spend it though? No.
Hold on to it. I think in that case, right, you're just too afraid that the burst's going to whiff or it's going to get baited or something. So LK was already resigned. It was like, I'm not spending burst on this round, right? Like, it's just not going to happen. Oh, no. Oh, no. And then the overhead was going to be in the front. You know, LK doesn't even want to see it. Just goes for the burst. This is big.
Baits the flash kick. Gets a big combo here. Back to the middle of the screen. Reset H into the 2K 2D knockdown. Blocks low after the disc pressure. Rolls through on the other side, but puts himself in the corner. Oh, wow. This is big damage. This is big damage. And use the super on the end. And the wall break. I wasn't expecting the wall break. Anything is going to do it right now for Sonic Fox. And didn't believe in the hit. Didn't believe
Tried
in
to
the
bait
hit.
it. We saw the same thing in the Tempest set. It's the exact same thing. Sonic Fox says, oh, you're going to try to bait my burst? I'm swinging. You think I care? I don't care. I don't care about burst. I'm going to challenge. I'm going to hit 2P. I don't care. What are you going to do? Bait my burst? Go for it. And that's the problem is like, no matter where it is, whether you're hitting Sonic, whether you're on pressure, whatever, the defensive decision-making is too hard to crack.
Yeah, 3-0 in this set right here. And just Sonic started off with just like a pretty offensive run. Lord Knight just not able to stop the offense in a lot of situations. And we saw a few instances where, you know, Lord Knight was able to challenge, but for the most part, that damage output is what really kept Sonic Fox in the lead. I mean, Leo is known for the damage output, but you have to open this character up. We saw a few, you know, glimmers of that coming from Lord Knight and the offense. We saw the big counter hit after the bait flash, went for a reset here, but Sonic blocked the follow-up after the disc, and that really kind of set the tone for what happened next. You see that big combo, uses the knockdown in the corner, and got the counter hit jump S, and that is definitely a party starter button for Amelia. She gets the party once that button hits. You get a knockdown, you can get carry as well, but that small confirm really did change the tide of everything. Big damage came after it. Sonic Fox gonna stay alive, move further in this loser's side.
Yeah, playing incredibly well, right? And as you mentioned in loser side here of the brackets, they're going to be moving on in the top 3 of the tournament, which You know, if you start top 8 losers at a tournament like this and you make it to top 3, that is very impressive, especially a really solid losers run so far. Speaking of solid, we have Fusion by Power A. Of course, we have a lot of different controller options in the fighting game community, and many of them you've seen on this stream. Of course, they are a wired controller that you can pick up for the Xbox Series X or S, and you can check it out at powera.com. They sent me one of these handy dandy controllers. It is real cozy, I gotta say. I am definitely a fan.
You can't
and
see it.
you know, if they you have one back, is that what that is back there?
Right here above my head. That's where it is. It's literally right there, and it is comfy. Somebody, I can tell you right now, I've been playing it on it a little bit, especially for PC and stuff like that. So it's definitely very comfortable.
Nice. Well, we have our bracket coming up. Loser side action is looking hot and heavy. Jonathan, who made it there, you know, with a really impressive performance against Tempest, and then obviously Sonic Fox eliminating Tempest, and now we've got our losers final.
Now this match is very interesting. Once again, we've seen Sonic Fox take on very great Soul players. We've seen the matches versus Dead, right? We've seen Soul matches even in this tournament. How is this going to fare? Jonathan Tanay, a different kind of Soul, an educated Soul, the Frederick of the Souls, if I like to say so myself.
Oh, that confirm was sick. Yeah, and definitely the scientist Soul for sure. Not like the I'm fighting in the streets kind of Soul. Oh boy,
that was going to hurt like hell. Bandito. Uh-oh. OTG with the SDP again. He's like, nah, son.
Uh-oh. This is a scary position. The air throw.
No
Sonic
meter.
Fox has meter. And yeah, Jonathan says, I'm just going to do... You know what's funny is after that set with Hotashi, Jonathan said, I tried the DP after the Blood Rage. I didn't get it. Zoomers can't do DP. That was what Jonathan said. So, you know, I could tell really practice between those two games.
Okay, 2K to challenge. Back turn 5K, and like, what a throw. The awareness right there. 5K, tick throw working out once again.
And the burst, trying to keep this round alive. Jonathan, ooh, that is a big hit. And we'll see if Sonic chooses the burst here. It's looking like no. Runs up for the wild throw, PRC.
Nice. Spent
Reset.
100% meter. Gonna get the wall break. And the KO. Oh my gosh, Sonic Fox. 1 round apiece. Losers final. Oh, counter hit 6H. That's the tombstone right out of the gate. 6S, they're swinging. Let's go.
Oh, that confirmed.
Oh, no.
Jonathan is so ready. This is going to hurt. Big damage. Fast RC. Oh, with the 6P ender, I think Fafner or anything else would have killed, but Jonathan wasn't ready. Don't let it it could happen to you, Steve.
It could happen to
to
anybody.
you. Oh, no.
Spend it. Oh, that is gonna hurt. Peep the. Oh my god.
Meter available for Jonathan. You got a Tyrant Rave maybe on
No.
Wake Up. Just gets hit. Sonic Fox with the clutch. It could happen to you, Steve. It could happen to anybody.
That's how it goes down.
Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, man. You have the game-winning hit. It's stuck to the wall. Just can't move, and you just hit 6P.
I'm sorry. Damn, that sucks.
Damn, man.
It be like that out here in these streets, man. Especially in the
If
streets
you
of
do.
Guilty Gear. And
Yeah.
it definitely, you hit the wall and you're like, I got this on the wraps. They get the wall break and you're like, I don't know what went wrong.
You know what's funny is as soon as that wall splat didn't kill, I guarantee you Sonic Fox was like, I'm going to win this round. It was like complete, oh, you don't kill me? I'm going to win this round. And, you know, Sonic Fox has won many EVO titles in mini games, incredibly composed. If you're Jonathan here, you really got to keep it together, right? It's very easy for this to begin to crumble after it should have been game 1 Jonathan, right? We should be looking at 1-0
100%.
Jonathan in the lead. And now it's really easy for this to turn around.
Wow, the air 5D right into the flash kick. Didn't even combo. Oh, wow. Dash up 6S, gets the counter hit, and that doesn't stop Sonic. Says, yeah, I'm going to do it again. Flash
Delayed
kick, that
flash
is.
kick. And now you're in the corner. Wakes up with the DP again with the challenge. So Sonic does let Jonathan get the corner, and looks like it's not going to burst this combo. Missed the clean hit DP, still gets the wall splat.
And still lots of damage. Positive bonus. Yo, the 6H once again. PRC tries to go for Berserker slash runs right into the loving hand of Soul for the wild throw.
That
Take
was
my
so
hand.
sick.
Where am I taking you? To the ground.
Yeah, I can show you the dirt. Just like puts him right in the ground. You're like, well, that's how it goes sometimes. It was so good. Oh, that was a missed input, and now a chance for Sonic. This is looking scary.
5K, 5P confirmed. Oh, wow. Nice air-to-air combo there. Still gets the wall break. Oh, 6S hits. Still has meter, though. And by meter, I mean burst on the side of Sonic Fox. And 100% meter.
You know, a cool looking combo, but not the best routing. And this is big. Goes for the wild throw. Oh, the wake up. Sonic Fox just woke up 5K and said, my turn.
Yeah, and uses the burst instantly. So there could be no... Uses the super instantly, so there could be no chance of bursting. That was so smart for Sonic Fox.
Man, just the wake up 5K. How are you supposed to predict these wake up options? You know, it's such a challenging task, right? And you can see Jonathan trying his best on offense, but Sonic Fox so hard to read. Flash kicks available. Sonic challenges with a button instead.
Okay.
And yeah, these BRs are really hitting actually. Sonic, oh man, Sonic's so ready.
Okay. 2H goes into the pillar, takes the OP, gets hit, big counter hit right here. Getting real close to meter. BRC, oh, a little too quick, and you're definitely dead.
A smidgen. That was all it took. So close. Jonathan was so close on the timing. You're slightly wrong. Just boom, puts up the shield. That's how it goes.
You know what's wild? I feel like if he had like just let it, like it would have helped him out. Like if he went the route that he went, I felt like that just added more time to it. If he had committed to the first one, I think he would have been fine. But yeah, that's what happens.
It is what happens. And we think about the case where this could be a 1-1 scenario. In fact, it could even be a 2-0 Jonathan scenario if a couple of things went the wrong way. And now you're looking at 2-0 Sonic Fox with Jonathan down. And, you know, it's got to be so tough to bring this back, right? You really need so many correct choices against a player who is impossible to read.
That's definitely true. One of the things about Sonic is that you don't know how to beat them like clean. You don't know what they're going to do. And they have such a great talent for reading what you want to do as a player, especially as a high-level player, that it's really hard to get anything started. 2K combo. Here comes Jonathan Tanae.
Yeah, I like that combo is cool because, you know, you have run momentum off the 2D, so Soul slides forward and then he gets the 5K after.
Okay. Oh, counter hit, baits the burst again, lots of meter. This is gonna hurt. Oh, you might be dead, bruh.
These early
PRC.
bursts have really caused Jonathan, and he's just bursting on these first counter hits, and, you know, it's very easy to see why. Ooh, that is big. Got the burst from Sonic. That's a big win.
Needs to be careful with the runs. Oh, Nani!
Oh, combo though. Oh, it
tried
hit
to
the
bait it.
backdash.
He
Yeah,
tried.
Jonathan was on the way out trying to escape, and now set point Sonic Fox just like that. Just climbing their way easy peasy through the loser's bracket.
Uh-oh. 5K. Sonic with the tick throw. 5K once again, and just full control.
Oh.
Jonathan is in trouble. Spins the burst, gets the gold one on top of that, and calls out the Vortex with the flash kick, and that's going to be that. Sonic Fox is back. Grand Finals. Here they come. Hotashi, I hope you're ready. I hope you were paying attention, because this is not going to be easy.
And the play from Sonic, just sitting there like, I know you're gonna Vortex. Just do it. And Jonathan sat there and was like, I don't know if I should do this, man. This is not looking good. And then was like, all right, I'll do it, and then I'll try to PRC the recovery. And Sonic Fox hit the flash kick before the recovery even started. Like, Jonathan was like, I know you're gonna flash kick, so I'm gonna try to bait that, and it was too fast.
Switch over right here. And Jonathan had so many good reads, especially call outs, but all it took was a momentum switch. It was very much a snowball effect on the side of Sonic, getting a lot of knockdown instances, baiting out the burst, using the Oki to the most effective way possible, and then just this call out right here on the Vortex for the flash kick, usage on the meter, especially when he got to the corner, using the big super on back turn. Just way too prepared.
And you're prepared to talk about Visible, one of EVO's best sponsors here, Steve. I can't wait to hear you break them down like I broke them down earlier.
Yes.
They're obviously one of the best sponsors here at EVO this year. I like the many people who help make the fighting game community happen. And it's just really nice to hear from them, Steve, and I can't wait to hear you break it down.
I would right now, but the copy there's
It's because you're not taking advantage of Visible for as low as $25 a month when you join PartyPay. Steve, you didn't know about that? They have reimagined the traditional friends and family plan with PartyPay. Grab your neighbor, your coworker, BFF, or Tasty Steve who's missing his copy to join and each receive a lower monthly payment. Did you know that your squad can share the savings and nothing else, all powered by Verizon 5G? Each person will manage their own account and payment separately. Steve, did you know that?
I know
You
it
aware?
now. I know it now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jam.
Yeah, you can sign up. Just in case you didn't know, Steve, you should sign up right now. In fact, it's a great idea. That's what you're doing, right?
I think I will. I think we should take a break, and then I should sign up for Visible like everybody else out there in the world who has not signed up for Visible and can share it with their friends. So I believe that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, come back. More Guilty Gear Strive. Grand Finals is right in front of us. Don't be left behind. Join us after.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're ready for our grand finals here for Guilty Gear Strive North America. Our last game, last day of EVO Online this year. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. I cannot wait to watch this set. It's going to be super good. Close out EVO and make sure everybody at home who's been watching all these games all weekends long can go home with a great set. This should be, I think, a wild one either way. Like, no matter what happens, it's going to be chaos, damage, wild swings. Like, it's going to be a really good match, I think.
I think it also like kind of plays to the fact that like both of these players are going to be able to play in the offline final when they make it to Vegas, right? Both of these players will be there, and I feel like it's a nice little way to get these different regions. I just got to talk about like the EVO Online format. I do like the fact that each region has their champion, and then that champion will come and play in the offline final. I feel like that's a really good way to still keep the EVO spirit of best player alive.
It's really cool because we're going to have to drag Sonic Fox away from the Skullgirls setup to play Guilty Gear Strive in the exhibition. And most interestingly, we talked about the fact that there are like Guilty Gear players in this tournament and people who are kind of from other genres trying out Strive, right? And this is the perfect example. Hotashi is a Gear player. And we have Sonic Fox on the other side who, plays every fighting game under the sun. And interestingly enough, because there was no EVO last year, Steve, this is the third year in a row you and I have commentated a grand finals with Sonic Fox at EVO.
Wow. Well, I didn't even think about that.
2018, 2019, 2020 didn't happen, obviously, and now in 2021, 3 straight years, you and I are commentating a Sonic Fox grand finals at Evolution.
That's how you know they're good. But here we go. Grand Finals, Guilty Gear Strive, EVO Online 2021 Grand Finals. Hotashi versus Sonic Fox, Nago Ryuki going up against Leo Whitefang. Let's get into it. And they letting the intros rock? Yeah. I'm absurdly strong.
Dang, the flex at the very beginning. And the funny thing is, I don't think a lot of Leo players love this matchup.
Nah, I mean,
gotta be honest.
It can definitely get pretty dicey. I can tell you that speaking from experience, but here we go.
So it's going to be really interesting to see a lot of damage, a lot of big explosive moments, and it starts just like this. This is just the way it is. Into the corner already. Hotashi does not overpress, right? Just says, okay, I'm going to respect the uppercut, and then I love the burst. Just says, please, don't let it start.
Please back away from me. Backdash on the H. Still gets caught, though. Oh, wow, wall splat. Super, this is going to hurt.
Yeah, and we see that Hotashi loves backdash on defense, right? We've seen it a ton already so far, and that was a backdash in the corner that got Hotashi caught. Didn't get the anti-air. Wow. Yeah, I wonder what he tried. Maybe 6B or close slash probably to try to get the anti-air on the jump dust.
The way Sonic is using this air dust, really a fan of. RC to keep the combos going. Speaking of which, of the combo, Nago with the pressure baits out the flash kick. Burst is still there though. Wow, that
I like that combo route. Yeah, Hotashi did 6H, 6H because, he's like, I'm not going to spend any blood. This is going to be pretty hard to burst. What an air throw. That's the Guilty Gear player right there. Oh. Wow, the burst, the hero burst from Sonic Fox.
Oh, just waiting right there. Gets opened up. No meter, but stuck in this corner. This could be bad.
Oh, this could be real bad.
The
Hotashi, maybe.
No.
Oh, too late. The slowdown.
Oh, you're smoked. Oh no, no, still alive,
Alive.
still alive, still alive.
A little bit of life, the mix-up situation, the wake-up throw, the slowdown made it so Hotashi's move came out too fast and then got hit by the shield because of it. You did it to yourself. That's the problem.
Takes the
Oh,
Oki.
this is bad.
Oh, that was scary. Oh my gosh, that was scary. The 2S trade with the 2K.
Oh, burst available. OTG 6H chip is, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Chip was an issue, life was an issue. There's not a lot of spaces to go. And that's what can happen in this matchup, right? Like, the way Nagoriyuki structures his pressure is like button Fukyo away. And like for a character like Leo, where you want to flash kick out and stuff, it's kind of hard for him to poke or contest or do something to move himself in a position where he can kind of fight back against that. And you can see Hotashi just really playing a very controlled, tight corner game because of it.
No, that you're 100% correct on that. Just the way that like even Hotashi waiting at the end there didn't really want to overstep, right? So I understand that, but just knowing that I have the life lead, like I'd have to make a lot of mistakes to get like to lose this round, and really just being able to make sure that Sonic doesn't get in the range to get anything started. Like you said, you want to throw fireballs, right? You really want to throw fireballs, but just controlling that ground game, Fukyo is really going to scare you a lot of instances as well. And you definitely can get clipped by some of these normals if you throw out the wrong fireball up close. So I understand the back and forth, but Sonic taking that first game, Hotashi taking that first game away from Sonic.
Yeah, and the bite too, obviously, is, does a lot of damage. It beats the flash kick if you go for it. It's really hard to deal with. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Hotashi with meter, BRC's back. Sonic with the flash kick, but obviously Hotashi has burst if he gets hit. So, this is the start, but he needs more. Okay, wow, that was a great challenge.
That was brave.
Yeah, that could have been your life,
That
right?
definitely could have been your life. You definitely could have died right there.
Yeah. Like Leo, he just needs more, you know what I mean? And a lot of times Nagoriyuki really doesn't allow for it. All right, they choose the RC here. I think the risk is a little cranked.
A little bit. That's a lot.
Just a little.
You get clipped right there. It's going to be pain. Oh, wow. Try to wait for the burst. Oh, I'm surprised there was no burst right there.
Yeah, it seems like Hotashi was kind of committed to the idea that, like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait, see if Sonic's going to bait it. Again, Beyblade just beats the fireball. That's a lot of blood, though.
Oh, wow. Gets the close S2H. Instantly goes for the back turn cancel. They go through each other because of the Berserker Slash and the Beyblade. Oh, my God.
Chips passing in the ninth to jump H, and again, you saw the Fukyo back in the other position because Hotashi was looking for the burst. Backdash on Wake Up from Sonic.
Wow, the 6H hits. Tries the Beyblade through again. It's not going to work. 5K to answer. Stepped on his J's. Tries to bait out the burst. Finally gets it. Sonic Fox.
Well, the pop, though. It's so close to pop. Oh, blood. It's a pixel of blood. Just a drop. All that for one drop of blood, and now Sonic backs up.
For a drop of blood. Remember how I said the wrong fireball will get you hit by a Nago normal, and that's exactly what we just saw. Even that big one is susceptible to it.
Ooh, this is a slugfest that is not going Hotashi's way. He's lost so much life. Jump in already. It's the command throw. Sonic in a bad spot. That is humongous. Oh, missed the 6H. Didn't go for the 5K or anything. Catches the jump back. Fukyo's back. This pressure is really, really rough to deal with. And Hotashi has so much meter.
Oh, gets the hit with the Berserker. Oh, okay, you're going to be able to get it confirmed here. This is going to be big damage. Spin some meter, yep.
And now you have all this bar as Hotashi on defense here. Super's a big threat, yeah.
Back
Super
there?
RC is a huge threat. The super right through, that was so smart. That was so smart. It was like, do it. I dare you. I double dare you. Do your super and RC or whatever.
I'm going to tell you right now, you see so many people get hit by, like, Wake Up Nago Super. Has a lot of range. Even if it doesn't get the clean hit, you can still get, like, a little mini combo. You can get 2S sometimes. Sometimes you can get 6H. Just depends on the hit. And what a call out to answer back with Super to contest the Nago Super. And get the kill on top of that. Nothing extra needed. Still got the wall break. Would have had the meter bonus, the positive bonus as well. I like that option.
It's funny because, like, in that situation, you think, okay, if I do super and RC, I'm completely safe, right? Like, this is such a safe option. Like, I'll just be fine. And then Sonic just walks up and they're like, yeah, do it. They were just, like, so ready, right, for that situation, which is really, really impressive. Early double Beyblade there from Hotashi trying to get confirmed. That is a lot of blood. Actually, yeah. I think maybe a little too much. The pop. A drop again. How? How is it always a drop?
Thing is, oh wow, this is gonna hurt. Hotashi really likes to operate with the buff normal, right? Like, really loves having, you know, that extra range, but it's not gonna work out here. Meter on the table. Sonic Fox takes the first round of game number 3 again. Remember, Sonic Fox needs to reset if hope to win.
Yeah, and I mean, you can start to feel the shift. I think in the beginning of this set, right, Hotashi looked really strong, and just, you know, the way Hotashi was playing was excellent. Now you can start to see the cracks, right? Like, it's starting to be like, uh-oh. Yeah, this game is very close to being 2-1 Sonic already, although that's a big swing.
Oh. 5K gets the splash, and then 6H to get the wall break. And goes right into Rekka. I like the option. Meter on the side of Sonic Fox. Gonna spend it? No. Takes the open. Next hit wants to kill. Baits out the burst on top of it. 6K. RC tries to get through. Yellow RC to stop the pressure on the Berserker. Backs up, and now the game is about to be played. Close S. Sonic looking for the air throw. Hotashi keeping the ground game. Hits him with the close S. And hit him with the fake little shimmy movement like he was about to jump up there too.
That's the fake out, right? In this game, when you try to air throw in those situations, you are counter hit recovery, and the other person can, you know, go for a punish on that. Hotashi looking for the burst, doesn't see it, so just goes Fukyo back in, gets the command throw, the BSU, which is huge. That DP hit, but non-counter hit, so, you know, hard to confirm off that back Fukyo again.
Oh, instant block right there. Wow, and that 2K almost got whiff punished with the 2S from Naga.
Ooh, Sonic jumps back and kind of gives the corner position to Hotashi.
Speaking of jumping back, the backdash 5K confirm in the super and catch these vibes though.
How is Hotashi so consistent about escaping with backdash and then finding like little hits or confirms? Like every time Hotashi backdashes, if it doesn't immediately get hit, the situation just goes his way immediately. It's like, oh, I get a whiff punish. Oh, I get a throw into the corner. Oh, I get that. It's like just a little step. And then you're just like, oh, now it's my turn. And then you just explode. And you're like, what just happened?
It's the momentum. Like, Nagoriyuki is explained on the character select screen as a one-shot character. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way Hotashi is playing this character, one shot it feels like. Instantly takes his blood gauge up to level 3 and is right there out of range. And I've talked about this on my stream before. Some Nagos just like, they will instantly spend all their blood gauge to get to level 2, level 3, get that extra range, and then make you play the game. That's how some Nagos like to play. And some don't think it's wise, right? Some will just rather, you know, take the slow and steady game. But if you get that game started early, like his name says, it's the one shot.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we were talking about how the last game was looking kind of dire for Hotashi. The composure to keep it together was very impressive. Wake up backdash on the second blood-sucking universe. Sonic just ready for it.
Meter.
This OTG super wall break, that is so useful.
Got the positive bonus and goes straight for the Berserker slash Sonic. Taking his first round, game number 4.
Okay, I like the slowdown at round start. Hotashi's been Beyblading a lot and Sonic's been stuffing it, so I like that we see the adaptation from Hotashi.
Great backdash, 5K to answer whatever Sonic was doing on recovery. Fukyo to get in, 2K, 2D whiff punish, and now Sonic's on. Oh wow, what a switch, 5K to answer. Here comes Hotashi, look at this combo to the other side.
Pop though, so close up. A drop. A drop of blood is all it's going to take. The back throw again. Hotashi let that gauge go down. The PRC kind of had the block, though. Didn't have a lot of great options. Maybe only backdash or
counter
something.
hit. Dash through, gets him with the H once again. This is not looking good. Meter on the table. I'm not sure if this is going to kill. All right.
No, not quite.
Okay, still a chance right now. Sonic Fox can try to set 2 to 6H. Probably try to jump forward, possibly. 6H covers a lot of the screen. I don't think it's as fast as it used to be, but still a good tool, because I know a lot of people, they like to hesitate in the neutral game versus Leo, right? They're like, well, look, he's probably going to dash up. I can look to see if he's going to do Berserker. If you just do 6H, you can still special cancel it as well. You can cancel it in the Fireball if you read it. So not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. Sonic Fox staying alive, ties the set on this grand finals 2-2, but needs to reset. If the chance of winning this Evo is still what they want to do.
Yeah, and it was such a good position, too, because, you know, we saw Wake Up Super from Hotashi before, and it was countered immediately. So yeah, it's pretty unlikely you're gonna just try it again, like kind of out of nowhere, right? And Sonic just 6-8 just says, "Don't move. You're just gonna sit there. You're gonna deal with this pressure. No backdashing, no jumps, nothing like that." So 2 apiece, and it's always the case, but I feel like really against a player like Sonic Fox, you cannot let this reset, right? You gotta harness everything and just shut it down right now. You cannot let this go to another set where Sonic Fox can get momentum even more and just look better and better and better. So they need to be stopped now if you're Hotashi, right? You really got to compose for this last game and try to put it all in together and then just slow things down unless you're on offense. It is very difficult to do, though, against someone like Sonic. We've seen nobody else even get games or look nearly as solid against Sonic Fox so far as Hotashi has.
No, that's definitely true. Sonic has been holding out very, very well, especially coming to this loser side very early in the bracket. Hotashi really, really just playing super smart as himself, playing all the way through, First off, just staying on the winner's side of a bracket like this is one of the toughest things that you could ever do, especially considering how many tournaments, how much experience these people have so far, right? So this is a great back and forth. Once again, gets caught by the Beyblade. You need to be careful. My man wakes up and was like, "Yo, Leo's like, I don't care." Nago, my man, you can't stop me.
That's what you have to do sometimes, right? Like, the thing is, Sonic Fox is known for being wily on defense, but if you never flash kick, right? Like, what are you gonna do? And look at the anti-air 5Ps from Hotashi's BSU whiff. Just built that second gauge of blood.
Counter hits.
Tried to bait it. This is a great space. Hotashi, yeah. Not much you can do at that range. And look at this Evo point for Hotashi. Can he close it out here after a really strong, just controlled round counter hit Beyblade to start? This is huge. Into the corner, no wall break. DP or not, the flash kick is baited. Burst on the table, but no chance. There's no chance here to burst.
Straight for the super right now. This is not good. Gonna break the wall. Sonic Fox is in a lot of trouble. Hotashi on the verge of being our EVO Online NA champion.
Command throw kill. Tries to bait it. Looking for the blood. Sonic solid on defense. The stagger low.
Oh, wow.
Hotashi with the burst. Hotashi also has meter too. You have to be careful here about that. Looking for the Beyblade. The Fukuyama backdash had the chance.
How did it work?
That was it. He could have just hit the backdash, but now they have a chance. Sonic Fox with offense here has meters. The backdash from Hotashi. All tournament long, all the way to being your EVO champion here for Guilty Gear Strive. That backdash is worth its weight in blood. I cannot believe how many times Hotashi backdashed and immediately switched every situation around. It's like unbelievable how much mileage he got out of just backdashing in mid-screen, backdashing in the corner, backdashing wake up. Man, what an impressive performance.
Look, one of the things you pointed out that was been the most prominent were those backdashes, whether it be in the corner, whether it be mid-screen, and just going for simple punishes. We saw one time just going for 2P, going for stand 5P, good options to fight out of that corner. Mostly 5K has worked phenomenally, and making sure whenever a backdash worked out of Trouble's range, like you saw right there, just waiting for it in a lot of instances. Sonic, on the other hand, was getting these big runs, these big offensive runs, but wasn't able to close out sometimes, and that's what gave Hotashi that extra time to run it back. We saw it there in that game there, got the early wall break, and just immediately had Sonic on tilt most of the match. And it's crazy because there was a lot of back and forth between the two, especially when Hotashi got the lead and tried to slow it down a bit. That's where you mostly saw Sonic come alive. So talking about the routes these guys took, let's look at the bracket one more time before we get out of here. See how our newly crowned EVO Online NA champion, of course you see there, is going to be Hotashi, who takes first place. Sonic Fox with second, and third for Jonathan Tanay. Can I get some noise in the chat for our top three guys? This was actually ridiculous. Sonic coming all the way through loser side to get second place. And of course, Jonathan Tanay just not having the best run, right? Gets the first set in winner's side versus Tempest, then beats Hotashi. But goes down to the loser's side, and it just did not work out after that. Sonic Fox has a lot of soul experience, so it wasn't going to be the easiest run, and just a great bracket overall to send us home here on Evo.
Yeah, Hotashi played incredibly, and I think it was a really interesting set of Evos we had here, right? We had LATAM and Europe won by some really impressive play by two different chip players. We had Asia, which was super fun to watch, that Daru set.
Oh
Daru
my God.
versus XYZZY, yeah, with Axel winning Evo. And then we have Leo Nagoriyuki in the finals of this one. Just some really interesting character matchups to check out, honestly. And I think all of the tournaments were super fun to watch,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Not only just the Strive events, but all of the events over Evo. I've been watching all the tournaments for everything that's happened, and it's just been an absolute blast and a pleasure to, get some Evo action, even if it's not in Mandalay Bay in a big arena or anything like that. It's nice to be able to watch it from home.
Definitely true. Definitely true. I mean, I get to commentate with the homie via online. It's still Evo. It's Guilty Gear. We all know I love Guilty Gear. And it made a great president, right? This made it so we know what's going to happen once we get to Mandalay Bay, or once we get to Vegas, next year for Evo. We have our champions, not just for Guilty Gear Strive, but across all of these games. And I feel like just being able to see these different regions shine in the capacity that they have, you learn about more players, you get the best competition possible. And on top of that is Evo, baby. You want to see who the best in the world. I know there's plenty of people who would love their chance to become an Evo champion. So being here to, crown one, to see one, like you said, this is the third year in a row commentating a Sonic Fox Grand Finals, and it's always a pleasure, man. I love doing this stuff with you, bro. Even though I know we don't get to commentate as much, you're a full-time at-home streamer with the apron and the whole nine, but it's always a pleasure to talk about fighting games with you, bro. And everybody else, man, I just want to say shout-outs to the production, because they never do. This is a first time. People don't do stuff like this on the regular, so I just want to say shout-outs to the production, shout-outs to all of our sponsors. Make some noise in the chat for yourselves, and make sure you follow all of our amazing commentators who did an amazing job. And as far as I'm concerned, man, that's it for me. Say, Jam, you got any other words for the people out there?
It's always a pleasure commentating Evo with you, and also having this event in general. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed Evo, and we'll see you guys next year.